Hey, what's up, bosses? Welcome to Hoffcast. You know what we do here. You know what we do. We discuss current events, theories, and life and insanity of the world. As of right now, it looks like the quality is doing good. Everything is sounding good, I believe. Perfect, cool. This is the best quality we've ever had on Hoffcast. Let me just real quick there a little bit. Maybe that way, just a touch. There we go. Do it like that. There. All right. So, happy New Year's, bosses. I know we're 11 days in to 2025. This is episode number 178. Everything's fine in 2025. So, as we all know, the past what is it? January 12th. During January 12th, 2025. As we all know, the past 12 days have been very smooth, as were the weeks and months leading into 2025. Everything's been fine. I'm just amazed about how great everything has been. Nothing at all crazy going on in the news. That's why I really haven't been streaming much either. I mean, there's been nothing at all to talk about. It's been wild how dead the news has been. Nothing going on at all. Yeah, did you hear the sarcasm there a little bit? Yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do tonight, bosses. We're kind of living in hell in 2025. It's almost a living hell, unfortunately. Luckily I'm safe. Hopefully everyone watching is doing good right now, and everyone in the chat or viewing. I'll say hi to everyone in just a moment, but I just hope that you're doing well. I hope you're doing well mentally, physically. Hope your family's doing well. Hope you're not out in the craziness of the world, wherever it is right now. I hope you're not right in the middle of that craziness, because there's a lot of hot spots of craziness going on in the world right now, unfortunately. And we are here to go over a lot of that tonight. Once again, thank you for being here. I hope you're subscribed. I wanted to mention something about that recently. It's like my subscriber count's so weird recently. It's like I can't. It just goes up and down between 3 subscribers, like almost by the hour. So it's like I can't get above it. It's like every time I get a little bit, they just I don't know. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like they kind of cut me down. So if you're subscribed before, make sure you're still subscribed now. Ring the bell like Quasimodo, bro. Stay notified when I go live. There'll be a lot more of that coming up. I'm going to be doing, of course, I wanted to mention this at the beginning of the show here, that Sunday nights are the new Hoffcast night. Yay! Sunday night is new Hoffcast night. The reason for that is people know I used to do Tuesdays, and that used to be the ritualistic day for Hoffcast. Unfortunately, my current employment is too random for me to plan ahead for Tuesdays, because if I'm there till the end of the evening, I'm usually not getting home until around 10 p.m. And that's and then I got to take my dog out and get some food and then go to bed, because I'm probably going to have to be back at the old grind the next day anyway. So Tuesdays just aren't a thing unless I just happen to have it off and I just want to go live that night. So it's still up in the air, but Sunday nights here in 2025 are going to be doing the Trump hands. 2025. Going to be Sundays for Hoffcast. So just wanted to make that known. Unless something, I'll let you guys know if in advance. If not, but that's the way it's going to be from here on out. I'm really liking the way everything's looking tonight. Sorry, I'm just surprised this whole new setup and everything is working out really well. I'm very happy about it. Cheers, bosses. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Say hi to the chat real quick. What's up, Chris Big Buds? How you doing, bro? My man Tony Nasser, he says, hell yeah.
Hell yes.
I got another one for Tony. I got another one for you, buddy.
I the devil with a size 12 shoe.
Size 12 shoe. All right, we're just getting warmed up here, but I think I asked Big Buds recently. I was asking him about the drones in the sky, because he's out there in one of them hot spots I was talking about there. He says no drones in the sky, no fires, just world peace. World peace is saying a lot. World peace in New Jersey, where the drones are. That's weird. you think? Let's talk about the drones for a second. I mean, we'll probably get into it more, but I just wanted to talk about this while I was thinking. Is this drone situation? It's gonna be one of those things where we just never find out the truth. Are they never going to tell us what's going on with it? Yeah. They're just, man, nothing happened. I hope you just, the wildfires just make you just forget about all that, you know. Don't worry about them drones. There was nothing. There was all AI footage, you know. It was all fake. There's nothing. There was no threat. We couldn't tell you what it was, but there was no threat, and just ignore them. It was nothing. So I wonder if we'll ever get, because there's a lot of theories on everything from like they're like searching for nuclear weapons to, it was like actual, like it could have been Chinese, or it could have been Iranian, or it could have been extraterrestrial, which, you know, my theory was like some of it could have been extraterrestrial, but it wasn't the drones with the lights, you know, they had like lights that were obeying by air rules. And that's what's weird about it. That's what makes me think it was our own government doing something, you know, is the fact that they were like obeying the laws of the sky rules. I don't know if that's what you call it, sky rules, but they were abiding by the laws, and then our government wasn't taking them out. Because if it was a real threat, you'd think they'd just go through and go, you know, and then there'd be no more drones. And then they'd be like, well, that was, we got to go attack. You got to go attack China now, or China. Are we going to go attack Iran now? You know, that's what would have happened, in my opinion, if it was a foreign adversary, or even if it was extraterrestrial. Well, if it was extraterrestrial, maybe they'd be like, hey, we ain't messing with that. China, come help us. You know, it's but that's my honest opinion. It was the U.S. government, and they probably were looking for like some nuclear stuff or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they were looking for. If they're just mapping stuff out, you know, they could have been mapping stuff out, like surveying, like looking for it's all weird. Maybe we don't know yet. Maybe the actual theory has not been like, it's like, you know, remember in, I hate to even bring this up, but remember whenever Rian Johnson, the director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, was like, your Snoke theory sucks, because everyone's coming up with the theory about the bad guy in the movie. And then the movie came out, and he was nobody, and then he just dies, and it was horrible, and the whole thing just ruined Star Wars for everybody. We're not here to talk about Star Wars. It's just an analogy there. That's kind of like what this is. Like your drone theories suck, you know? Your Snoke theory sucks. Your drone theory sucks. So I don't know if that hasn't been already solved, but yeah. Big Bud says, been meaning to get back to you. Life's been crazy. Saying, man, there's a lot of people. I get a lot of messages from a lot of people a lot of the time, and I do my best to try to get back, cycle through, get back to everybody. So like, if I see someone's getting down the list a little bit, I try to like get there first and go up the line in messages. But I appreciate all the messages that everyone sends me. If I don't get right back to you, don't think I don't like you or I'm ignoring you or anything like that. It's just got a lot in there. I got a lot going on in myself. But Sunday nights is the night for Hoffcast. Cheers. And also, Big Bud says, I'm starting to believe the drones are looking for the orbs. The orbs are the most crazy part. See, that's the part that's crazy to me as well, Mr. Big Buds. That's the part, like, you'd see the footage of the drones that look like they were man-made, but you'd also see some weird orbs and lights. And, you know, I discussed this in one of my videos. I did a video about drones. Not a lot of people watched it. It was a good video. You should have watched it. But basically it was saying that they might be using the drones to distract from the orbs, or, you know, or could be looking for the orbs, as Big Bud says, or battling the orbs. I don't know, with some invisible technology, some microwaves. I don't know, man. Star Wars literally above our heads. Hopefully no Snokes or no Ryan Roundhead Johnson. Cheers, bosses. Ryan Roundhead Johnson. Cheers to that guy. What a visionary. He loves to subvert expectations, and he did a great job of that. Let me tell you, bosses. I went in thinking I was going to see a good Star Wars movie, and He subverted my expectations completely. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Star Wars at all. Seriously. Are you still bitter about that, Hop? No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, Tony says, drones this guy. I don't know. Do not do that, though. Do not do that. Do not take your own action against the drones. If they're government, you're gonna be going to jail for a long time, if not worse. You know what I mean? You could be never seen again, possibly. Never seen again by your family or friends or anything like that. Like what happened to him? Last thing we know, he shot at a drone, and then he just disappeared. We haven't heard from him. No trace, no sign of him at all. He was just trying to be a patriot. That's what happens to real patriots these days, you know. To take you out. The commies have invaded. That's a whole discussion. But yeah, we're warming up here. I'm getting warmed up. I want to thank you all for being here if you're watching right now. We're going to have a very fun, enjoyable show. A lot of content to go over. Lots of videos, lots of fun stuff here. So we've only just begun. And I'm still trying to figure out this computer thing. So I'm still new to this my new PC and stuff. I know I've had it for like a month or two, but still, like, I'm still used to the Mac, unfortunately. And sometimes the Mac does things a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's a little bit more user friendly. Maybe once I learn this, it's not gonna be the same. Let's check some of this stuff out here. We got a lot to go over here, bosses. So let's start out. You know, we'll talk about the big news of 2025. Something I already discussed in a video recently that actually is doing pretty well. Thank you. If you watch the video and you hit the thumbs up button and whatnot, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen anyone new in the comments yet. Also say hi. Make friends in the comments. That's a big deal. Hashtag not a cult. But I did a video on the LA stuff. I didn't really put any footage or anything. I didn't edit it. It was just me talking about some stuff about how I felt about the LA fires. Did I say LA drones? Or I don't know. I have to rewind that later. But regardless, yeah, the LA fires, some people say are wildfires. That wouldn't a wildfire be something that started like naturally, like from friction or like just someone? I don't know. Like I guess it's a wildfire because it's wild and you can't control it. I guess that's technically what is the definition of a wildfire? Let's look this up. Let's look it up. We'll put it to rest right now. Okay, let's see what we got here. Come on screen. Where are you there? That's the problem I have with this. I can't adjust the window from the bottom. Why not? There we go. All right. A wildfire is an uncontrolled fire that burns in a natural area such as a forest, grassland, or prairie. Well, most of the fires are going on in urban areas, though, right? Like urban or suburban or even city areas. Maybe just property, unless they started out unless they started out in the forest. Anyway, let's see. Fire LA. Yeah, cause. Yeah, let's find it out. "12 minutes ago." That's pretty up to date. Let's check this one out. Sure. No, come on now. Just do I really have to deal with this? I guess we're not reading this one. Go F yourself, NBC. We'll go to alternative press. They're gonna make me do the same thing. I'm not donating. You don't need my money, you fake news. Investigators are considering an array of possible ignition sources for the huge fires. Huge. That have killed at least 24 people, unfortunately. Prayers. And destroyed thousands of homes and businesses in the Los Angeles area. In hilly upscale Pacific Palisades, home to Hollywood stars like Jamie Lee Curtis and Billy Crystal, who lost houses in the fire. Officials have placed the origin of the wind-whipped blaze behind a home in Piedra Morada Drive, which sits above a densely wooded arroyo. I don't even know what that is. What's an arroyo? I got to do more Googling. Fires intentionally set and those sparked by utility lines. Some people saying like, they got old power line poles out there. They fall down, and start fires if there's high winds. See, look, there it is. The 2017 Thomas fire, one of the largest fires in state history, was sparked by Southern California Edison. Edison. He stole all of his info and then he created crap. I'm sorry, Tesla. Rest in peace. Power lines that came into contact during high wind, investigators determined. Blaze killed 2 people and charred more than 440. We're up to 24 in this one, unfortunately. Debris, burning, and fireworks are common causes. It's so dry out there. And let's see. Let's check this out. See if we can find that video real quick. This is. Yeah, check this one out. As we know, Trump was like talking about this 4 years ago, 5 years ago almost. Trump blames California for wildfires, tells state you got to clean your floors. You got to clean the floors. You got to clean the floors. He says, I see again, the forest fires are starting. He said in a rally, swing state, Pennsylvania. We know what happened there at a rally. They're starting again. There are many, many years of leaves and broken trees. And like so flammable. And you touch them and it goes up. Maybe we're just going to have to make them pay for it because they don't listen to us. A combination of assigning blame while fires still burn and offering questionable remedies become. This is from 4 years ago, this article is. And so maybe they should listen. They were talking, I guess they said, well, if you sweep the floors, you get up all that dry leaf and grass and stuff that's just sitting there that's extremely flammable. If you sweep that up, it's going to disturb the habitats of the animals that live there. And what really disturbs the habitats of animals is fire. Bosses, which do you think would disturb animals more? The lack of leaves on the ground or fire? Their homes up in a blaze. All the trees, all the grass looks gone now. All the leaves. Guess what? Them floors are clean now. Not really clean. They're going to be covered in soot, ash and soot. The blood and bone of squirrels and koala. I don't think koala are out in California unless they escaped a zoo. That happens. Yeah, man. So Finnish President Sauli Niinisto later said that he told Trump that Finland takes care of its forest, but not saying anything about raking. Interesting. Wildfires don't just stop at jurisdictional boundaries. Look at Gavin Newsom. Yeah, we got some stuff to say about that guy if I haven't already. Yeah, a lot to go over. Look at that. There he is. There he is. Then you gotta clean the floors. Sweep. You gotta sweep. You gotta rake. You gotta rake. But so I think that would have helped a little bit. I want to say hi to the chat real quick. Bone, what's up? How you doing, Bone? Mr. Mackey, how you doing, bro? So I just want to say hello for the first. Hey, yep, the first of many Hoffcasts this year. Yes, there will be, bud. And Big Bud says, F. Edison, I live in the town where his factory was, and the town's named after him. Yeah. Edison was a hack. Edison was a hack. I'd like to do a whole. I want to do a deep dive into that sometime. Not that people already haven't, but I would like to myself, because when you do believe it or not, when you do your own research, you tend to learn a little bit more than just watching what someone else did. But let's check this out here. This is a video from a plane, I believe, above LA. Looks like a portal to hell has opened up in Los Angeles. Well, I think the portal opened a long time ago. Now we're starting to see the results. Millions of people across Southern California are under a red flag warning as dangerous windstorm fanned blazes in the Los Angeles area, including the Palisades fire, which has triggered evacuations and burned hundreds of acres. Let's check this out. Jeez. I'd be like, hey, turn around. Turn around. Go back. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I don't want to be in LA. Let's go to anywhere else. Let's go anywhere else. Turn this thing around. We don't want them. We don't want that fire tornado hitting the plane. Burn up the wings. I hope this isn't a Boeing. Jeez, that is incredible. It is insane. Let me full screen it here so you can get the full picture of it. Look at that. That is crazy, man. It really does look like a hell portal. Like some of the game Doom Eternal. Yikes. So anyways, let's check out some stuff here. I know where's the let's just see. Newsom fire reaction. Gruesome Newsom. Oh yeah, geez, look at this. This is some fun stuff. Okay, let's check this out. Where's this one here? This is a good one right here. Angry California wildfires. Angry resident challenges California governor California over disaster response.
Evacuation order for Malibu, east of Las Flores.
As the emergency alerts continue unabated across Los Angeles, Rachel is returning to the Pacific Palisades.
Oh, 719 Island Street, gone.
It's been home her whole life, but she barely recognizes it.
Apocalypse.
Around every corner, almost complete destruction.
This was a little cooking store thing. This is a parking lot for a center.
Firefighting planes bringing water from the ocean to tackle the blazes still raging in all parts of this city. Growing too is anger at a perceived lack of preparedness by authorities.
We shouldn't be seeing this. We should. This is where people need to wake up. Because if you're voting and you're picking people for softness or for the fuzzy feeling you got because they seem like they're good people, I want to know that we're going to have someone in charge.
Damn. Tell it like it is, lady. She's speaking the truth right there.
Rachel spots a face she recognizes.
Is that Gavin Newsom? That's the governor.
There's no way this wasn't set up. There's no way this wasn't set up or something. There's no way. You're not just driving down the street and you're filming a high definition video where it's almost seems scripted, and then all of a sudden, it's Newsom. Oh my gosh. There's no chance. No chance. They had to have known he was there, or this had to have been set up. It doesn't make Newsom look good. But it's just so weird the way this video is set up. Like, I don't trust anything anymore, man.
That's the governor! Governor, I live here, governor! That was my daughter's school, governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can.
We're going to break this down. I'm going to play it, and then we're going to break this down, this whole thing.
Talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is being criticised by some for water mismanagement as hydrants ran dry while
Lady's talking over the best part.
fires multiplied.
So I have to get cell service.
So
There's
let's
no
get
cell
it.
service.
Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated. I'm so sorry.
The way he talks is so greasy. He's a greasy man. Very greasy man. But the lady was talking over the whole thing where he's saying he keeps trying to get a hold of the president and he's not answering. And she goes, well, why isn't the president answering? It stinks that there was commentary over top of that.
Especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To fill the
everything I
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
Diminishing winds are bringing.
I didn't like how she cut him off right there. Instead of letting him answer the question, it made me a little upset.
Tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different?
See, why didn't you let him answer the question before asking the next one? I wanted to know the answer. I wanted to hear what he was going to say about why there wasn't water in the hydrants. And she just cuts him off with the next question. Did she really want to know the answer? Does she already know the answer?
For next time?
Excited? Has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
to fill the hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
He's so greasy. He doesn't care. Look at his fancy watch and slick back hair. The guy's like a crime boss, man. He's like the real Joker, dude. He's like the real Joker, but he's got some power. He's like on the inside.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I
Why
can.
do all these crazy liberal idiots always wear aviators? They gave aviators a bad name, dude. Aviators used to be cool until him and Joe Biden and they started wearing aviators. Now I wouldn't be caught dead in a pair of aviators now.
I see
Going back to Oakley's.
There's water dripping over there, Governor. There's water coming out there. You can use it.
Diminishing winds are bringing some respite for firefighters, but it's likely to be brief. As estimated losses surge, there is still zero containment of this fire. Officials say they don't know the death toll. Dogs will be brought in to search this rubble for fatalities. Jeffrey and his partner Nicole are returning to their seaside community, once a little slice of paradise.
Wild, man. Looks like was that Tony Stark's house up there? Looks like the Mandarin came for him.
Each one is an individual neighbor. So this was my dearest friend Gayleen, who I've known for my whole life, 35 years. That was our clubhouse where we would play pool every Friday. That was Ben's house. These are like my closest friends here.
They sift through the dust in a plastic box, everything they can find. A turtle figurine, a garden gnome, a house name plaque. It's very little, but in a place where the loss is so...
When you said the turtle, I was like, oh, don't show me a charred turtle unless it's in a bowl of soup. I'm okay with it. Gracie Newsom, bro.
Management as hydrants ran dry off the ocean to tackle the blazes still raging.
The feeling you got because they seem like they're good people. I want to know that we're going to have someone in charge.
You gotta be on the inside.
Then Rachel spots a face she recognizes.
Is that Gavin Newsom?
Makeup and stuff.
That's the governor. That's the governor. Governor, I live here, governor. That was my daughter's school, governor. Please tell me what you're going to do.
He tried to get in quick. He tried.
Heard him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president.
It's just so bizarre, man. You watch the leadership of stuff like that. The leadership out in California, and you know, it's obviously being talked about at large. Where you find out, and we'll go over some of this too. A lot of the people out there that they're running the show, the reason why nothing's getting done the right way is because they're incompetent. They were just DEI hires, diversity, equity, inclusion hires. Especially the mayor. Who knows how she got in? They're all a bunch of crime bosses, you know. Okay, refresh page. All right, I did refresh page, bud. Okay, there we go. All right, well, I guess we're not using you either. I said I hit allow ads. Everyone wants ads played. Here we go. This is one of my favorite ones, as long as we don't get ads. Yep, there we go. I don't know why they do this to me, man. I think they want me to turn off ad blocker or something. I didn't even know I had an ad blocker. I had no idea that I have an ad blocker. But they're not going to allow me to not going to allow me to look at anything, I guess, with an ad blocker on here, unfortunately, which kind of stinks. Like, seriously, you're just going to keep doing this to me? Powered by Admiral. Allow. Okay, so it says click the ad block plus icon in the extensions bar. I don't know what that is. Oh, okay, I see it. And then what do I have to do now, bud? Click blue toggle next to this website. Okay. Hold on. We're trying to figure this out on the fly here. This is all new to me. So, this page, cool. All right. I think we figured this out, maybe. Refresh. Hey, there we go. Looks like it's gonna work. Now we got ads to deal with, so it's a whole different battle now. All right, so check this out. It looks like we're getting this taken care of here. California Governor Gruesome Newsom, passes off wildfire response blame to local leaders and own team. Of course he would. Always passing me. Well, you guys figure it out. I got nothing to do with this. I didn't start the fire. I didn't sweep the floors of the forest, yeah. And here we got this crazy Carol Baskins. Mother Carol Baskins. It says here, Newsom passed the buck when asked about the public's anger over the state's response to the devastating wildfires engulfing LA, and said claiming local leaders were failing to provide adequate information. The Democratic leader repeatedly alleged the spread of information, I want to say the misinformation, and finger pointing amid the ongoing tragedy has made it near impossible for him to get straight answers on what went wrong. He says, so I'm the governor of California and I want to know the answer. I've got that question. I can't tell you by how many people what happened on my own team, what happened. These people can't understand why their ragtag crew of lesbians named Kristen couldn't get the job done. Possibly. The governor has also been heavily criticized after a blistering report revealed he had slashed funding earmarked for fighting wildfires by more than $100 million this fiscal year. Cut the funding for wildfire. What was that going into his bank account? His Swiss bank account, you know? He said he was getting different answers. He said, we had my team start talking to local leaders saying, what's going on? When you start getting different answers, then I'm not getting the actual story. Well, it might be the fact that you didn't do anything to prevent it. He also pointed out, oh, this is beautiful. He also pointed a finger at Donald Trump. It's Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Trump started the fire. Basically, that's what they're doing. Who earlier this week, come on now, ads. Slam Newsom, where to go? I hate you, ads. I hate you, ads. For failing to do a good job at handling the crisis and claiming California wasn't taking advantage of ocean water to extinguish the flames because they were worried it would affect marine life. You know how I feel about the oceans. Hashtag trash the oceans. Let's get the global warming going up. It's been too cold in Ohio this month. We've had to deal with too much snow. It's like it wasn't a blizzard, but it was a pretty good snowstorm. So I'm saying, like, I'm out here polluting as much as I can, trying to get these temperatures up. I screw the ocean, screw marine life. What are they doing for us? What sharks? What is a shark doing for us? You don't trust a shark. F a shark, bro. I don't get in the water. I don't go in the ocean. Take the water. There's plenty of it. Plenty of it. We're not going to affect nothing. A couple coral reefs, screw them. We threw 100,000 tires on a reef there, like back in the 80s or 90s. Screw the reefs, like we care. Like we care about them. Like we care about the marine life. Like we actually, like, that's the reason they're using. Like we care. Come on. It's all a bunch of money laundering, a bunch of scams, a bunch of frauds. All that money's not going to save wildlife, and the whole reason they're not pumping it. I don't think it's because of wildlife. I don't know why they're not. It seems like a setup to me. Said, what is going on here? Newsom says it's words, it's a salad. I'm sure you toss them. It's the form and substance of fog. It's made up. It's delusional. It's funny about the fog going on recently. It's delusional. And it's a consistent mantra from Trump going back years and years and years. And it's reinforced over and over and over within the right wing. I think it's reinforced by the fact that, 24 people are now gone in your state, Mr. Newsom. 24 people are no longer with us because you cut the budget by $100 million and you didn't fill the reservoirs. Let's see what this crazy Karen Bass has to say here. Let's see what's going on. Hold on, let's rewind this. I'll read some of it. We'll do this. I'll read some of it for you. I need to read. Nope. Not that. Okay. As the toll from the devastating California wildfires has risen to at least 16 people, from last time they said 24, two LA-based actresses claimed embattled Mayor Karen Bass is only facing backlash because of her race. That's it. That's what it always is. Of course, that's what it is. Of course, that's what it is. She was in Africa when they were happening anyway. That's where should have stayed there. Maybe they like you a little bit better out there in Africa. Maybe that's nothing. If you care about your skin color, then maybe no one else cares about your skin color. They care that you were involved with Marxists. And you're very involved in the deep state, and you don't really care about California. And that's the facts of the matter right there. I'm going to have to show that video if I can find it here in a minute. But let's check this out. Yeah, I think I know where to get it. These actresses defended Bass, saying she's been the lone scapegoat and couldn't recall another mayor facing the same scrutiny in the past. Because this is the worst wildfire they've ever had. That's why they're being scrutinized. People are so stupid. What's going on here? Screw Mike Pence. Who cares about all that? But let me show you a little something about Karen Bass here. I'm going to have to look this up. I used to say I didn't really care for this guy, but I still don't love the guy, but I've grown to like him a little bit more. Might have said some harsh words about him, but I don't think he's that bad of a guy. Let me see if I can find out where this is, though. Oh, man, he's got so many videos. I'm not sure where can I find this at? What would be the what would be the, I think this might be something. This might be the video right here. If you're watching in the future, I appreciate your patience because everyone abandoned this one. If I were going to keep going, I don't care. Sunday night, I assume people, I'm going to make excuses for myself. If Newsom's going to make excuses, I'll make excuses for Hoffcast. It's Sunday night. People got to go to work. I want to see if I can find this particular video, though. I don't think it was this one. There's still some good stuff in here, though, I believe. Let me check this other one out here real quick. Oh, actually, I can't. I'm gonna have to mute the music, but check this out. This is a great intro to one of Benny Johnson's videos here. Jim, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Appreciate you here. Most everyone else is abandoned for the night, as I said, but appreciate you being here. I'll probably, this show is going to go on for a minute. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a long episode, but if you're still around later towards the end of it, you and Tony, or anyone else who might be here and who I know, you're more than welcome to come by. Maybe chat for a little bit towards the end of the show. It's hilarious. It's an AI video of Hunter Biden. Where's Hunter? Well, we find out where Hunter has been, and we find out what actually started the fires. We got him out there in the Hollywood Hills in an RV, and he's cooking meth or crack, and then you see, it goes kaboom. That's funny, man. I like that. I'm not sure if it was this one. We'll watch some of this.
Is on purpose. Locals will fire your ass for this answer. Okay. So I'm not above saying this is eco-terrorism. We've seen them do it before. We know that there are people who behave like terrorists that are currently in charge.
That's when you get into some real deep talk. Is this eco-terrorism, which I didn't even know was a word. Makes sense though.
In Los Angeles, in California. Here's Gavin Newsom saying, not my fault and not my job to fix the fire hydrants.
What is the situation with the water? Obviously, in the Palisades ran out last night in the hydrants. I was talking to the firefighter on this block. They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out. I mean, just when you have a system there, it's not dissimilar to what we've seen in other extraordinarily large-scale fires, whether it be pipe, electricity, or whether it just be the complete overwhelm of the system. I mean, those hydrants are typical for 2 or 3 fires, maybe 1 fire. You have something at this scale, but again, that's going to be determined by the local.
He's like, give me the best photo op with the most flames, but the least amount of danger. And he had to put a hat on because he has so much hairspray in his hair that his whole head would go up if he wasn't wearing a hat.
Local folks. The local folks will figure it out. Let's go really quickly to the local folks here, shall we? I mean, let's look at what things look like locally here. I'm telling you, this looks worse than any war zone in Ukraine. This looks worse than any front line.
Yeah, but we're still sending money to Ukraine, but hey, we can't help any. We'll get to a video here in a minute about that. It's a great video.
Right, what's going on with these fires?
Earlier. I didn't finish it, so we'll have fun with that.
So proof that they're being set intentionally. They're causing hundreds of billions of dollars in damage. Insurance companies will go bankrupt trying to pay for this. There's no water in the fire hydrants. And the mayor of LA, somebody named Karen Bass, has been on vacation in Africa. Vacation in Africa, you say? Why would somebody do that? It's like you clearly want the city to fail, and maybe she does.
See, that's the thing. But this is the video I wanted to show. Bosses, I'm going to shut up for a second here. I'm going to shut up. We're going to watch this. I found this to be, it's a little bit lengthy. And maybe I'll pause and make some comments throughout it because it is lengthy and I might want to break it up a little bit. Might have my own opinions on things, or maybe I'll just let it play. Regardless, I think this needs to be seen by some people. This video definitely needs to be seen by some people. I want to thank Benny Johnson. I want to apologize to him for being a little bit harsh on him in the past. Still don't love the guy. He's all right, but you know, I called him a little nerdy before. I still think but he seems like a decent fella. He's all right. He seems very intelligent.
Then she worked with the far left-wing
here we go.
militia group.
Listen to this. He's talking Karen Bass. Check this out.
We're going to go. Your home nation is burning, but is that the bug or is that the feature for Karen Bass? You see, Karen Bass has a very strange history of wanting this country to burn, and she has terrorist associations in her background.
You might be like, Hoff, hold on. What? The mayor of LA has Cuban terrorist organization background? But just watch this. Like I said, it's a little lengthy, but it goes over a lot of information that I think is important.
Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't believe it when I read this, and we checked it all out, and it's 100% true. Disgraced mayor of LA, Karen Bass, traveled to Cuba repeatedly, including with radical leftist groups that supported Castro's communist regime. She worshipped Fidel Castro, and she also praised him upon his death. Then she worked with the far left-wing militia group that bombed the United States Capitol.
Insane if true. Insane if true. But he says, he prefaced it by saying this is all 100% true. He fact-checked it, so we'll trust this man.
Yet she was allowed through the Democrat Party organs to rise to extreme prominence and power, be appointed to various boards, serve in Congress, and now is the mayor of LA. Here's see how people, it's not really failing up. It's about who you know. You know, you got to get your foot in the door somehow in the politics business. And, you know, whether it's through Cuban terrorist organizations or however, you know, you got to make it happen one way or another. And that's what this Karen Bass lady did. She made it happen. Bit of Karen Bass's. She wouldn't take no for an answer. If you're watching right now, I want to say thank you. Cheers, bosses. Marxist backgrounds. I can't believe it's real. And here we are.
November 7, 1983. Remember this date, but first, let me introduce you to Karen Bass. Back in the 1970s, community activist Karen Bass went on at least 15 trips to Cuba, many with a group known as the Venceremos Brigade, a Marxist group started by the Castro regime to subvert American interests, weaken democracies, and spread communism around the world.
Yep.
Founded in
Commie. What did I say at the very beginning of the show? Commies. It's always the commies. Not always, but a lot of the time.
1969, the Venceremos Brigade organized trips to Cuba every year for half a century. They attracted the most radicalized and delusional segments of the American left, including overtly Maoist and pro-Soviet communist groups. In fact, a Los Angeles police investigator who infiltrated the group testified to Congress saying that to be a member of the brigade, you had to be confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist.
How about them apples, huh? How about them apples? What's up, Cronus? How you doing, boss? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for stopping by. How about them apples? Let's retread that line right there.
As a member of the brigade, infiltrated the group, testified to Congress saying...
Look at her walking on the checker floor. Look, this is all Freemason stuff right here. Like the checkered floor and all the statues and the ropes and whatnot. And I'm sure if we could see more in this room, we'd find way more symbolism. This lady's in deep. She's in deep. I'm talking about deep state, but she's right up front. She's like one of those that just had to have it all. You know, I gotta be in the spotlight. Now she's paying a price. Now she's finding out in reality that it's not as fun as she thought it was gonna be, having the power when the finger gets pointed at her.
Saying that to be a member of the brigade, you had to be confirmed as a Marxist-Leninist, as a brigadista.
That's insane. It's kind of Leninist, yes.
And then moving up the ranks to organizer for the Vince Ramos Brigade, Karen Bass visited Cuba every 6 months. Their mission? To radicalize young, impressionable American leftists in terrorist tactics and guerrilla warfare. Members of the Vince Ramos Brigade were even taught how to make bombs.
Jesus Christ.
Karen Bass admits,
easy on the language, kid.
On her many pilgrimages to Cuba, she went to see Fidel Castro speak several times, even calling him charismatic. And upon his death, praised him, saying, "The passing of Commandant en Jefe is a great loss to the people of Cuba."
Even though the people of Cuba, I like how we were just watching that Breaking Bad with Hunter Biden. You mentioned El Jefe. Hold on a second. Let me retread this.
See him at
She said she found Castro to be charismatic. Well, that's why how people get in charge, is because they're charismatic. I mean, not all the time. That's why you see these nerds, the technocrats, starting to take over, like the Zuckerbergs. We'll get on to Zuckerberg later in the show. Musk, like these people would never win at politics, but for some reason they become involved in politics because they're so powerful when it comes to technology and social media and everything like that. It's pretty wild the way that it all it pans out with this. And a lot of people, including myself, are saying, are we even really electing officials anymore when the technocrats have more control than the politicians at this point? The technocrats basically own the politicians, such as like Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and, other people who are, up there. Of course, we know the big names. I'm not going to say what kind of doc. Let me watch it. No, we'll watch it later. But yeah, there's a lot of people up there too. But anyways, let's finish this out here. Krennis, have a good one. Big Bud says, that's crazy. I just did a quick search online and this is all true about her. Well, we've got confirmed sources.
A great loss to the people of Cuba, even though the people of Cuba see him as a dictator who impoverished their island. Another group, the M19, took its belief in revolutionary anti-imperialism to extremes, violent extremes. The M19 was the first and only women-created and women-led domestic terrorist group.
Yep.
Since their founding in 1978, M19's tactics escalated from robbing armored trucks and abetting prison breaks to building their own explosives and carrying out terrorist bombings.
You tell me it's like just a bunch of women, like literally a terrorist group called M19, and it's just a bunch of women building bombs. That's, on its face, it doesn't seem that dangerous, but on face value, it seems like, but in reality, that could be the most dangerous thing you could possibly imagine. A bunch of women congregate building explosives. Holy moly, bud. Like we're getting, they all start getting on the same cycle. It gets that time of the month. We're all dead. They're dropping the nukes. The women will drop the nukes. That's why you don't that's why you don't get a woman president. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. But I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. That time of the month, they congregate. Yeah, we're dropping nukes, baby. I've had it. I've had it up to here. I know there's not enough Midol in the world to keep me from dropping this nuke.
From 1983 to 1984, M19 bombed an FBI office, the Israel Aircraft Industries Building, the South African Consulate in New York, DC's Fort McNair, and Navy Yard, which they bombed twice. But that wasn't enough for them. On the night of November 7, 1983, the M19 called the U.S. Capitol switchboard and warned them to evacuate the building. Minutes later, the M19 bombed the north wing of the U.S. Capitol. November 7th.
It's these women out there bombing the Capitol, bro. And she was allegedly part of this M19 group. Maybe, is that what I'm getting from this?
2023 marks 40 years since the M19's bombing of the U.S. Capitol. Members of the M19, like Susan Rosenberg, traveled to Cuba with and were radicalized by the Vince Ramos Brigade. The South Los Angeles Vince Ramos Brigade was led by Karen Bass, who is now mayor of Los Angeles.
Yo, is there an actual Marxist takeover? Like, McCarthy was right. Like, was there like an actual Marxist takeover in this country, like that's trying to burn this place down? So Karen Bass was at the very least allied with and or adjacent to the M19 terrorist group that bombed the U.S. Capitol, along with a bunch of other bunch of other targets.
Now she's mayor of Los Angeles, and it's all burning down. Little suspicious. Little suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I don't be suspicious. You know, that's what it's like. Let me find that real quick. This is Karen Bass right now. I'll show you what this is Karen Bass right now.
Don't be suspicious. No. Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
John Ralphio? Gone!
I'll probably have to cut that later from the show. I'll probably have to cut that one out later. But it was worth it at the time. Don't be suspicious. So, let's check this out here. So basically maybe let's go back to the Benny Johnson video because we're not done with this yet. But this is crazy that we actually have Marxist terrorists who are Cuban apologists, who are Cuban lovers, Castro lovers. You know, Justin Trudeau, they call him, you know what they call him? They call him Justin Castro because, you know, they said, hey, could be a link there between the two. Could be maybe very close link, allegedly. Mr. Mackey says, I remember the old days when you drop a J-bomb on YouTube without any fear. Well, yeah, hold on. Before we get back to that, that's what I wanted to show just a minute ago. It's just what I was talking about. My favorite clip on the entire internet, which I've shown many times. I've shown this clip many times. It's my favorite clip in the world. There is not a better clip on the internet than this 22-second clip. I love it so much. Oh, dude, I can't wait to watch this.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor. No, I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
You're right, bro. You're right. She's gonna have to flee back to Africa. But let's go back to this for a second and just try to finish this off a little bit. But this is so wild, man. We're living in a movie. We're living in a crazy movie is what we're in right now, and this is wild. The fact that we're seeing evidence. We've been saying it for a long time. We've been saying, but now the lights are coming on and the roaches are scattering. You know, that's what's going on right now. And we're gonna get more into this. I got so much coming up for this show. It's gonna be a big show tonight. But I got so much coming up. You're gonna see a lot of people. You're starting to see it already. They're switching sides. They're pretending like they never said things they said before, like Zuckerberg, or they never did things they used to do, or they're a changed man now. You know why? They're scared. In about a week's time, Trump's your new daddy. You know what I'm saying? They got to play ball with Trump now, and that's why they're changing their tune a little bit. So they got a new leader. They're gonna be like, oh, things are gonna change now. Daddy Trump's in office.
In America. How do people like this keep getting promoted through the Democrat Party ranks? How is it that eco-terrorists and literal Marxists, ISIS members keep rising up through these ranks and getting leadership positions?
Great question.
There's something sickening and like a deeply dark and wrong about this party. And like now American people are suffering and will probably never get their houses back. Try getting through the regulations of California Like, have your house burned down in California. It's hard enough to like put up a post office box in front of your home. Like, you have to go through like 17 different federal organs in order to get that box up in a place like California. You're paying 17% income taxes. You are oppressed by every conceivable environmental regulation. Within an inch of your life, you are regulated, taxed, overburdened, and utterly oppressed by your federal government. These people will never be able to rebuild their homes again.
Man.
Maybe in 100 years, they'll finally get the permitting to build these neighborhoods back. They'll never be made whole again. And
he's right about that. You know, that's the crazy thing. Once these things burn, it's gone. Like, I've heard a lot of old houses, fancy houses, you know, they're gone for good. You can't just rebuild it. You know what I mean? Like, you can rebuild back there, build back better. But it's not going to be the same. In fact, it's probably going to be worse. It's always like, our architecture these days isn't that exciting. You know what I mean? And when old things fall, we rebuild with more modern, dumb things that just have no character or sophistication to them. It's all about just how can we make this as cheap and disposable as possible and not really care about who's going to live in there. When back in the day, when people used to build homes, like really good, nice homes, man, they were works of art. They're absolute works of art. Have you ever been in or drove past like an old home? Like, you get a vibe from it. It's not like you drive past a double wide, you know. I grew up in a double wide. I grew up in a mobile home, and then we upgraded to a double wide. Okay, so don't tell me about nothing. I didn't grow up in no fancy home. I still not in a fancy home, but you look at those old places and there's a vibe to them. That's why a lot of people, it could be haunted, you know, stuff like that. So I'm not here to talk about ghosts tonight, really, but it's the vibe that you get from an old place that's been around. It's like it's an old person. It's got its own characteristics, and it was built almost like where everything is done according to a layout and a plan nowadays. Like, it almost seemed like a lot of the homes they used to build back in the day, like those nice homes, like the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, those are almost like individual plans for a lot of them. You know, I don't know if that's true or not. I believe it's true from just my own eyes seeing things, but anyways.
Their leaders are quite literally silent. Here's Karen Bass. You don't have to play the same whole thing because it's like so humiliating. Karen Bass, on her way back from her vacation in Africa, surprised it wasn't Cuba or North Korea, given her communist background. But here she is at an airport. She's caught by a reporter. And Karen Bass stands there looking totally stupefied, unspeaking, unflinching.
So, yeah, this video is wild right here. This video is so crazy. This Karen Bass, this Marxist communist bitch who let LA burn and maybe let it burn intentionally, allegedly. You see, whenever she's asked, she doesn't look like a human being. Like, she doesn't look human.
Difference of these sickening people. It's demonic. Here you go.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
Yeah, that really pissed her off.
Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
I love the guy's voice who's asking the questions. You have nothing to say about this? Look, they all run. The roaches scatter when the lights come on. And that's what you're seeing. Roaches scatter.
And then they run away. And she runs away. She gets followed by this reporter for like another minute. The cold expression and glassy eyes of somebody who just doesn't care.
Well, in my opinion, Benny, that's not a person. It's a demonic entity. Soulless, heartless, doesn't really care about anything, just has to do a job, really only out for their own interests. Bones says she wants to punch a reporter. I mean, of course, they're violent people. Liberals, Marxists, commies, they're violent people. They're all about, hey, communism is, they're like, let me tell you, man, socialism is the step to communism. It's like they're almost synonymous. I'm not the first person to say this, obviously, but it's very true. And the fact is, socialism never works out, because socialism, it's with these people. And then you want to be in a socialist culture with people like this, communists, Marxism. Karl Marx, he was a bastard, wasn't he? But I don't want to be in a world ran, by people like this. I don't like that. I don't like. I'm not a big fan of evil. Basically, is what you're seeing. That's like they're, as I was saying just a little bit ago, these people come into power through evil means, man. They're not failing upwards. This is all part of a ploy in order to control, and then they pretend like, oh, we had nothing to do with it. That's not what we're going to blame local authorities instead of our incompetence, or maybe competence, to literally be like, hey, we can't wait till this happens. You know what I mean? We're going to leave the leaves on the forest floors, and we're not going to rebuild the power lines. We're gonna strike $100 million from the budget to help out for wilderness and firefighters, or wilderness wildfires. Excuse me, tongue tied. I need a drink of water. And they just sit there and wait for it to happen. Hey, one of these power lines is going to go down eventually. We got a lot of winds going on out here in California. These the termites and the woodpeckers have been going hard at these power line poles. You know what I mean? These wooden power line poles, they're going to go down eventually, and we're not going to clean up the leaves. So it's just a matter of time. And that's what Trump was saying. Whether you like him or not, hey, doesn't seem like he's so evil. If he was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't allow this to just go on like this and make all these excuses about not hurting wildlife. Again, I'll reiterate my point. What is more harmful to wildlife? No leaves, or no leaves on the ground, raking, or fire, burning their entire forest down. Which is more harmful, do you think, bosses? What do you think? What do you think an animal would rather have around their forest? No leaves on the ground or fire everywhere? I would say they would be all right with no leaves. They fall again. You rake them again. There's more leaves. They grow back. But when leaves don't grow back is when the fire burns the whole forest down. Then the leaves ain't growing back, are they? What do I know? I'm just a simpleton from Ohio living in the middle of a snowstorm. What do I know about forest fires in California? Nothing, I guess. I just know that dry things are flammable. That's why you let your weed dry out before you smoke it. Just being honest there. Let's see what else we got going on. I wanted to show this video here. Where's this one at? This one got me a little bit riled up earlier. You know me, I like to get riled up. Yeah, that's what they call me, old riled up Hoff. If you're watching right now, I want to say thank you for being here with me tonight. I'm having a fun time with this show. Still got a lot more to talk about tonight. If you want to hang out with me after the show, I'll be hanging out backstage, just like a backstage hangout, non-public setting. So I'll put the link in the chat towards the end of the show. I don't work tomorrow, so I'm up all night tonight, baby. Cheers. I'm in no hurry at all. Anyways, let's check this one out. Jim says this is good info. Well, I appreciate you, man. I mean, I'm not bringing you the I'm bringing you the info, but I'm just a messenger. I'm just a logical man who's like, hey, there's something fishy about all this. And my video, like I said, that I did the other day about the LA fires, my rant that had no editing. This is a lot of the stuff that I was discussing in the rant. This is like the long form rant here with all the information to back it up that I've seen. This isn't really evidence. This is just a fun, not even fun. It's just a video. So dude loses his mind over Biden giving $750 to North Carolina hurricane victims, but will pay 100% of the damages to rich Democrat millionaires who lost their homes. Of course. I don't know why this guy's surprised, but he is upset. You know, I'm not sure. I'm upset, but I'm not surprised.
All right, so please fucking tell me how this is all right. Please fucking tell me that we didn't have enough money for the fucking hurricane victims at all. We're like, oh, we can give a $750 loan. We just don't have the money. Sorry, Maui. Sorry, hurricane victims. We don't got the money. We're broke. But California, with their own negligence, causes fucking fire to burn down the entire fucking Democrat fucking blue cities. And then you're going to fucking sit here. And then you're going to fucking throw in our fucking face that not only you're giving more money to Ukraine, but you're fucking giving 100% of the damage cost for the next 80 days, he said? That means Trump's going to be in office. How many trillions in damage do you think the Democrats caused to their own fucking state? How many you think it is? I know it's not at 50 or 100 or 200 billion. I know it's not 500 billion because the entire Pacific Palisades, all those mansions burned. All the firefighters died. How come now California can't afford to pay their firefighters because the fucking mayor gave away the fucking money? And then Gavin Newsom took the fucking goddamn money he had for relief for fires in 2020 and then decided to take another $50 million in 2021. Took it. Spent it on migrants. And now you have Joe Biden going, oh, all of a sudden we have all the money we need for California. Not the god fucking strikes with the hurricanes, not the fucking goddamn fires that were supposedly ravaging through Maui. Nope. They have money to save the Democrat fucking stronghold, to keep Hollywood in their fucking pocket. They're going to make us rebuild California. Are they?
I don't like the sound of that. Personally, I don't like the sound of my tax dollars going to rebuild California and Hollywood.
Ever going to clear the brush out negative? No. And you think that money we give them in 180 days is going to be enough? No. We are being fucking fuckeried right now. I can't even say it because TikTok.
No, I'm fine with my money going to help Californians in need, actual people. But I'm not fine with it going back into the people who started this, their pockets. You know, I'm not cool with that because that's what's happening. The money, if they're going to say we got to tax people in order to rebuild this and everything, that money's not going to go to rebuild it. If it is, it's going to be a slight bit of it. And it's not, as I mentioned a minute ago, it's not going to be the same as it was before. It's never going to be the same.
It's on our asses for saying anything on point because they are on strict fucking lockdown of the information that's coming out against the Democrats in California right now. And I'm fucking sick of it. Every time I make a video pointing out the truth, it gets a fucking violation. They'll violate misinformation and then jump right over and just change the violation after a couple. Oh, well, it wasn't misinformation. It was just integrity. You didn't have integrity.
He's right about this. The guy's completely right. He's not BS, and they make stuff up. I've had, you don't know how many of my live streams or videos, they get a violation. And then a few days later, after it's irrelevant, they'll be like, oh, there was no violation. We've removed it. This is completely true, bosses. This guy speaketh the truth. I see it. Luckily, I've still remained on this particular channel because I've been good at playing by rules on my newest channel. My old one's back. If you're a longtime Hoffcast watcher, you know what happened. My old channel got taken down for not my reasons, but I did have several strikes over time on that channel that eventually got removed because I was a good boy over months. And on this newest channel that I've had, the one you're watching right now, I have not had a single strike yet at this point, but I've had many, many violations, and many of those violations, they're typically like copyright violations, like nothing major or anything like that. A couple of them, one was like for violence, so I can't show fights at Waffle House anymore on the show, unfortunately. That was a big part of Hoffcast, and I apologize, bosses, but I was starting to get all these violations for violence on my show for showing Waffle House skirmishes. And yeah, I apologize. I can't do that anymore on here, bosses, but it's just the way it is. And so it seems like a lot of time when I'll do a live stream or I'll put up a video, I'll get like a violation of some sort, like right at the beginning. And then a few days later, I'll get an email saying we've removed your violation for whatever, unless it's a copyright one, which I'll remove most of the time, you know, because they'll allow that. I like that they allow you to do that now. Back in the day, back when things were really getting strict after people were talking about like flat earth and stuff a lot, and they went hardcore on like misinformation, that's when you couldn't say anything and you just get a strike. They wouldn't even really, still they won't really tell you half the time, but they're getting better at it. But thank you, YouTube, for letting me be here. But I always used to be like, why give me a strike? Why not just like not let my video be available and then allow me to edit it and put it back up? And that's kind of what they're doing now a little bit. They'll give you a copyright claim and they'll be like, if you'd like to remove that, we can remove, you just select that cut portion automatically in the editing of the video. Little behind the scenes information for you. And you can just do it. And it just cuts out the copyrighted part that would take your video out of monetization, which is amazing. I think that's how it should be. You should have the choice. If I want to leave it in there and not have the video be monetized or have to give up some of my monetization of that video for showing it, leave it in there. But if not, giving me the option to cut it out and be completely monetized without the help of some copywritten material, that is completely fair to me. Without giving me a strike or some BS or taking my channel down. Like, I think that's totally fair, just in my personal opinion, you know. Sorry for that rant there, but this guy is completely right about the BS that they give you. The fact checking, everything has gotten crazy. And we'll get into Zuckerberg.
How the fuck can you have integrity when you watch the United States government go to war with the people because they're mad that they lost an election? Nobody's holding Gavin Newsom or the mayor or anybody accountable. They're just, give me money, give me money. And Joe Biden's like, yep. But fuck all the fucking hurricane victims, right? Fuck Maui. Fuck anybody else that need it. They don't got the money. But they got hundreds of billions to give to Ukraine, and they're probably going to give $1 trillion to California. We'll see how much this shit costs. I don't know how many of you fucking people are fucking sick of fucking just watching this shit. And we all got this bystander.
I wish he'd use less foul language to get his point across. I understand he's upset, but yeah.
Fucking syndrome, waiting for someone to step up and stop these people from doing it. That's all we're doing. Who's going to fix this? Somebody help. Look, they're robbing us. Help it. We're not doing shit. Not doing shit. Californians right now are sitting here trying to figure out how to blame this on Trump. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
Instead of saying our fucking votes fucked us up. We should have never fucking went with this bullshit. But instead, they're trying to figure out how to blame somebody else and keep the people that did this in power.
Yep.
That's how fucking brainwashed our fucking country's become in the blue states.
He's absolutely right. I mean, this guy is completely right about everything he's saying. I mean, I wish he would say it a little bit like, I wish he'd stop using the bombs. Like, I'm not against foul language. I'm not trying to be like that. It's just like that's a lot of it in a row. And like, I was just talking about how like I'm trying to stay monetized out here. But yeah.
MK Ultra shit. Fucked up.
Now he's getting real deep with the MK Ultra stuff. If you guys don't know about the MK Ultra stuff, but man, you know, that's a whole different discussion. I recommend you do your own research. Can't really give you a breakdown on it right now. I'd say watch Stranger Things, and you might get an idea about MK Ultra.
And if you want to fucking to MTA Ultra, don't you want to get into that?
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you what, look into movies like fucking Truman.
Look, I have not watched. I watched the first minute of this video. It's like me and this guy are on the same wavelength here. I swear. And he's going to mention the Truman Show, I believe. I hear him say the True, and I'm obsessed with that movie.
Show and all these.
Yep, let's check it out.
And if you want to fucking to MTA Ultra, don't you want to get into that? Because I'm going to tell you what, look into movies like fucking Truman Show and all these fucking movies where the Pentagon is investing. Why would the Pentagon invest millions of our taxpayer money into movies?
I didn't know about that. I didn't know he was going that route with it. See, I've not seen this video. I didn't know he's going that route with it. That's pretty wild. Well, I know. It's the same reason why the CIA uses and the FBI get involved in music. This is a whole thing I'd like to do a big deep dive, maybe a whole series of videos on is the CIA's involvement in music. And you hear pop songs. Dude, I hear pop songs completely different now, like radio songs, than I used to hear them. Because I realized that the artist didn't write the song. The CIA wrote the song, most likely. And they had numerous writers write it. And it's meant to be a certain way, so it hits your ears like candy. And then they just get a sexy singer, sexy woman singer to sing the song. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who. They got to fit a mold. They got to attract a brand, they got to bring in the money. And that's what's going on with the music stuff for the most part. There's still some good music out there these days, but the ones that used to be good, they're all obviously working for the man, like Jack White or like Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine, and all these musicians who, John Mellencamp. It's just a shame,
It's a damn shame.
But that's a whole other fucking story. Right now, I'm just pissed off watching Joe Biden tell everybody, yeah, fuck you. We are doing this for California. We're not doing it to anybody. If you didn't vote for blue, you don't get shit from the Biden administration. How these motherfuckers are not.
Joe Biden doesn't even know there's a fire
right now for doing this shit.
Actually, I know he does. He did a statement about it. I'm just being funny. But
I don't know.
They can all.
Maybe you can all sit around some coffee house in Lower Manhattan and celebrate how f***ing smart you all are.
That guy's very right about a lot of things, though. Very right about a lot of things. We're just going to do we'll do a little bit more on this here. I know this has been basically the whole show, but I think it's very important. It's extremely important. I want to thank you if you're still watching right now. If you're still with me, I want to thank you. If you're watching in the future and you're still with me, thank you. Make sure you hit the old thumbs up button and you're subscribed. I mean, giving you an hour and a half almost worth of content. Let me at least be like, hey, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share it out if you like the show. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time tonight. Tony, I tried to put the Swamp Thing meme up there. It turns out I didn't edit that one. I uploaded it to my little clipboard and it just uploaded the entire clip. I was like, oh, that's not the right one. But I do have, I do have.
Can't eat peanuts, can't eat tree nuts. What happened to my party?
Check this one out, bosses. This one's been making the rounds. Fun video. This is not a parody. This is one of the reasons LA is burning and DEI is not helping anything. So the LA Fire Department Assistant Chief Christine, they're all lesbians named Christine or Kristen or whatever. Dude, and remember when lesbians used to be good? Like remember like back in the day, like when you heard someone was a lesbian, you're like, oh, that might be kind of hot in some weird way. Now it's like you hear someone's a lesbian, you're like, ah, shit, not one of these. Not one of these. They're all butch now. They all got more testosterone in them than I do. As a natural man, they just pump themselves full of hormones nonstop until they get so big and bearded and they cut their hair, and then it's just like, what are you? What are you at this point? I don't know. Are you still human? What are you? Lesbians aren't the same. Lesbians aren't the same as they used to be, bosses. I used to love lesbians. I love lesbians. Meow. Now this is what you get.
You want to see somebody that responds to you.
Her voice is lower than mine. Her voice is lower than mine.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this?
No way.
You couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
What? Say what? What?
Emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that.
No, it doesn't. Nobody gives a crap what the person looks like who's saving them. I'm sorry. These excuses have to end. This nonsense has got to freaking end, dude, about like everyone's got to look like me before I trust them. That's racist. That's the craziest shit of all time, dude. That's the most racist crap of all time. It's like I can't even trust a white firefighter. I want a black lesbian firefighter because I'm a black lesbian. Like what are you talking about? So if you're in a burning house, I'm pretty sure there's been jokes made about this already. If you're in a burning house and they someone who doesn't look like you comes to save you, are going to say, no, don't save me? Because in that case, burn. But I think most people, I think 99% of people in the world, if they're in a burning house and they call for a firefighter, Foo Fighters, they want someone who's strong and capable and competent, and it doesn't matter what the skin color is. I'd rather not someone to be as overweight as this person, to be honest. Like, I'd rather someone be a little bit more, limber in order to get me out of there. But maybe she can bulldoze through the door if necessary.
That somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
That's bullshit. What you shouldn't even be a firefighter if you have that thought in your head. Well, you got yourself in the wrong place. Now I got to get you out of there. Now, sometimes fires happen. They're not someone else's fault. Sometimes fires spread, like in LA, to other people who didn't start the fires. And they didn't get themselves, they're in their own homes. Did they get themselves in the wrong place in their own homes when it's burning down, when something else happened around them because of Marxist mayors? You tell me. Do you want these people? Do you want these people saving your life? No, I don't. I don't want to see you coming up to save me. In fact, let me burn. If I see this bitch coming up to save my life in a burning house, I'll be like, I'll jump. I'll just jump and pray. If I'm on the third floor, I'm jumping, baby. Don't even try to come up and save me, because you're gonna stand there and I'm a white man. You're gonna stand there and watch. You're gonna stand there and laugh and watch me burn, aren't you? There's nothing I can do for the white boy. White straight male. There's nothing imagine. Okay, so now she's talking about my point of view as a victim in a burning house. Imagine her point of view, specifically her. I'm not painting a broad stroke. I'm talking about this person specifically who is on the screen right now. Imagine her point of view when she goes to save somebody. Oh, this person doesn't look like me. Do I really want to save them? It's a white boy. Do I really want to save this person? You know what I'm saying? Cheers to a new day, bosses. Cheers to a new day. It's now January 13th, 12. She ain't gonna save me. You're right. You're right, Tony. She will let you burn. Exactly. You're right. Nothing I could do. Nothing I could do for him. Thank you, Tony. Yep. She can't be bothered to save a victim who's already due to her inability to do the job. You know, she's thinking when she pulls up to a fire, is this person worth saving? Do they look like me? Do they have my same beliefs? Are they worth saving because of that or not? That's so crazy because we're hearing her talk about the opposite side. Well, they got their self in a bad situation. Well, that makes it seem like she doesn't want to help them too much. And like, well, it's your job. That's why you signed up for it, you know?
You want to see somebody that responds to you.
You want to see somebody who responds.
Your house, your
emergency.
How deep is her? How much testosterone have you taken? For fuck's sake, lay it off. Lay off of it.
See whether it's a medical.
Lowest, like, dude, I'm pumped. I'm pumped full of natural testosterone. This is crazy.
Call or a fire call that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
So you only want to save people probably who look like you, is what you're saying. If you care so much, that's what you're saying.
Strong enough to do this, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
He got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
If she has to carry her own husband out of a fire or someone out of, if she has to, they got themselves in the wrong place.
Oh, they got themselves in the wrong place. Oh, I'm going back to the swamp. Oh, ogres are like onions. We have layers. Oh.
Let's watch it one more time. I'm sorry, dude. I can't get enough of this. I'm sorry. Let's watch it one more time. I can't get enough of this.
You want to see somebody that responds to you.
Fucking, she's like a professional wrestler.
House, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
Oh, you know it, Jim. You know it. Looks like the Hulk got in some Clorox bleach. Yep. It's so weird. People, look at them eyes. Dead. Dead eyes. Demon eyes. I'm sick of these people, man. I'm sick of these people. How do these people, I don't even think they're human beings. That's why I have such a problem with these people. They seem, they don't even seem like they have any humanity or anything going on behind the eyes, any soul, any heart. And I've been saying this, they're godless, they're soulless, they're hedonists, they just want to bang whatever, do drugs, but maybe not the police force, but their vices are, well, I'm a lesbian and I'm not going to save anybody. You know, it's like, I have to save you from a fire. Ooh. And it's just, what is going on with these people? Why are you in the fire department? Why don't you just go back into a cave? Just go back to a cave and leave us all alone, please. The rest of us are trying, the humans out here, we're trying to live lives. And we're trying to have actual human beings save us when we got something legit going on in our neighborhoods, like a fire. And then you got Shrek over here.
Your situation better? Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
What if you had to carry the wife out? Yeah, I guarantee that bitch has never fought a fire. I guarantee that's an actress. I guarantee that's not even a real person who fights fire. I guarantee that they got the name tag. They're apparently part of it. I guarantee it's an actor. That person's never been in a fucking fire in their life if they're saying shit like that. Never once been in a fire if you're saying shit like that. You've been in a fire, you've seen some crazy shit, you've seen some burned bodies, you've seen some harrowing experiences, and it probably humbles you a little bit. This bitch is not humble at all. Not humble at all. And it's not cute and it's not funny. It's not cute or funny.
Fire call that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
It doesn't. The ease is the fact that you're a firefighter and you got water. That's what puts me at ease if my house is burning down. It doesn't matter the color of your fucking skin or who you're banging. It matters if you got water or not. And guess what? LA didn't have to fight fires. Is water. Holy shit, bosses. We're living in clown world. We're living in clown world.
Better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't care.
You're strong enough. I guarantee you're strong enough. I just don't think
Carry
you've
my
ever
husband
fought
out of a
fire
fire.
in your life. Them badges, that looks like a fake badge. Your name's probably not even Larson. Screw these people, bro. Screw these people. I'm over it. I'm done. 2025. We're done with this. We're over it. But it turns out here, bosses. Big Butt says, look out. She should be American Gladiators. Agreed. Her name could be Unsaturated. Or I don't know which one's the good fat. Anyways, Tony Nash says NPC, absolutely. It's weird when NPCs have control of the Matrix. You know, it's like you're fighting the boss in the game. That's what it is. Well, they're not really an NPC, I guess. Really, I guess it would be if the boss is in the game and they're evil and you're trying to beat the boss of the game, the video game. Then they're still a non-player character, but they're programmed to be evil and to try to fight you and kill you in the game. Holy crap, we're making some sense out here, bosses. Oh, we're making some sense out here. Cheers, bosses. We're making some sense out here for once on this show. I want to thank you for watching right now. If you are watching, thank you so much. Cheers, bosses. Jim says we're living in clown world, and what's that little Volkswagen even isn't half? Is that Volkswagen half empty yet? Yeah, the little the Volkswagen Beetle, all the clowns come out of. Yeah, I think that's what you're referencing, the clown car. But I wanted to show this one. This Asian bro actually. I know we've been discussing this for like an hour and a half now. Cheers, bosses. But this Asian guy, believe it or not, figured it all out. He figured it out. He's an Asian bro, knows exactly who started the LA fires. Check this out. And the news didn't want to hear it. The news did not want to hear the truth. Exclusive right here on Hoffcast, bosses.
Again?
Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the news, though, you're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There, you know,
I think
winds.
It's all the gay people in LA.
Okay. Unacceptable. Gina, the
Fire happening right now.
there are multiple fires that are taking place.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the news, though, you're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There, you know,
I think
winds.
It's all the gay people in LA.
There we go. Okay. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Gina, the.
So that's how they started, you know. Man, that's funny. So we're just going to do a couple more videos. I know this whole show has been about the LA fires. I think it's very important that we talk about this stuff. I care a lot because as a U.S. citizen who wants to trust doesn't want to trust my government. Well, I want to trust my government. I do, but I don't. And this is why I don't trust the government. I'm trying to tell you why. We gotta vote these liberals out. We gotta take them out. And this is their last stand, man. They're gonna burn it all down before Trump comes in. And let me tell you, bosses, you know I'm not like a huge Trump guy. I have been in the past. I'm kind of up and down with Trump. I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, it's whatever with him. But I'm still I'm more anti-liberal and anti-communist regime than ever. Definitely, more than ever. I am out here to take out some commie bastards, non-violently. So yeah, thank you for being here, bosses. A couple more videos here. Look at the devastation of this, really. Like everything we've talked about tonight, the people who don't care about what's going on, really, and all that nonsense. Wild video that has pure nightmare fuel shows 2 men and a dog trapped in a Palisades home as their home is surrounded by a wall of fire. I've seen this one. This is imagine being in the situation. And then all of a sudden, Shrek comes up and is like, oh, it's a white dude. I'm not going to save. Good thing I'll get the wife out, but I won't get the white husband out because he got himself into this situation. Oh, yeah. That is terrifying. That is insanity. That is so crazy. I mean, first and foremost, I don't think if I was in that situation, I'd be filming anything. I would be running for my life. Run to the hills. Run for your life. You know, little Iron Maiden, I'd be running to the hills, bro.
Just be okay.
Hollywood Hills.
You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay.
Not the dog. You're not gonna be okay. Get the hell out of there.
Don't worry about that, dude. Okay.
It's too close. You gotta go, bro. That's glass. It's you gotta go. You gotta go. Or just not just stand there and record. Like, what are you doing? Take action.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad this video exists, but I mean, to show a point that how bad the fires were. But man, like you gotta grab your prized possessions and you gotta take your dog and get out of there.
The plastic is gone, dude. Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
That's so insane now. Fire's nothing to be messed around with, man. That's why they know.
So where's don't open the window. Don't open.
Quick Hoff story time here. Quick Hoff story time. So when I was in high school, when I was a senior, there was like a tradition that you'd go paint this underpass in town where a train would go across. And the night that I went out with my friends to go spray paint this underpass, which I'd never done before, but I'd driven through it thousands of times, and it's only big enough for one car. It's so old school, man. It's so old school. It's like big enough for one car. So when it's like an S shape. So when you get to this thing, there's tons of accidents around it. When you get to it, you got to slow down and honk and make sure no one else is coming through because you can't really see. And I believe the reason why it's so small is because of all the years of spray paint from high school classes has made the opening smaller because of the layers of spray paint. Anyways, I went down to spray paint the underpass with some friends in my senior class. Check this out. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But So we went down there and we spray painted, and I'm driving home. I rode with my friends. I was just a couple minutes away, and they're taking me home, and I could see in the distance down my road because I lived off a route. I'm not going to say where, but there's a Jewish doctor. But I lived off a route 5, and then you turn off somewhere else. And down this road, I could see down my road from a mile off, there was a fire. And down this road, it's a dead-end country road. All I could see was this blaze, like the glow of it in the distance. As we approached, I was like, oh, is that my house? I was starting to freak out. My house ain't that big to burn. It's double wide, you know. I don't think it could go up in flames like that. But as we approached, I was like, that might be my grandma's house because she lives up on a hill. We get there. My grandma had a barn that was probably 90 years old. The wood was so old and dry. And next to it was a garage, an old garage, where they had not maintained the electrical issues for quite a while. And so literally what happened was there was an electrical fire, and all the dry hay and the dry wood from that barn that had been there for like 90 years went up like crazy. Like crazy, bro. I mean, the biggest fire I've ever seen in my life. It was a 2-story barn. And I used to play in that thing all the time when I was a kid. Me and my cousins, we'd go out there and, you know, we'd make up stories, play games. I didn't even like Power Rangers, but they did. But I'd be one of the Rangers as long as it wasn't the gay one or whatever. You know, I wouldn't be the Pink Ranger. We'd pretend. It was fun times. But that thing, it went up like crazy. Went up like crazy with all the hay, dry hay, the dry wood, everything. It was the biggest flames I've ever seen. Flames were so big, it warped the siding of my grandma's house. It was a wildfire, for sure. But, Bone, have a good night, bud. See you later. But that just reminds me of, like, this whole fire situation that's going on. And like, so this has to be so hot. Why wouldn't you get out of there? I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. We'll check this out. Let me see. This might be the last article. Let me make sure on the fires here tonight. So we've done a couple of hours on this, but it's pretty important to me. Just knowing how crazy things are and the lack of care for American citizens when it comes to these people who were voted in to liberal cities. And then now they're burning. Yeah, check this out. Meet Los Angeles' fire chief. Of course, she is a DEI lesbian whose sole focus was diversity. Kristen Crowley. I wasn't making this. Oh, Crowley. Crowley. Her last name is Crowley? Like Aleister Crowley? You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me right now. You gotta be kidding me. Kristen Crowley, right? You've got to be kidding me. Mrs. Crowley. Bam, bam, bam. Ozzy. The first woman in LGBTQ fire chief. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me. You've got to be fucking kidding me right now. There's no way. Her last name is Crowley. There's no way this shit gets so evil, bro. This shit goes so deep and so evil. And you might be like, Hoff, this is a coincidence. No, I don't believe in coincidence. If you watch Hoffcast, you know Hoff does not believe in coincidence. There's no such thing. The word doesn't exist to me. This is insanity. Kristen Crowley. Bam, bam, bam. The first woman and LGBTQ fire chief of the department is being slammed. Slam! Grand slam, Denny's. for a commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives before massive fires broke out, devastating the area. Kristen Crowley. The LA Fire Department implemented an internal racial equity plan in 2021, and in 2023 launched a bureau in preparation for a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity in the department. Ah, what do you know? Kristen Crowley. Fast forward to the fires that began on Tuesday morning and raged into Wednesday, and former Republican LA mayor candidate Rick Caruso reported that some fire hydrants were running low on water as the department scrambled to mobilize firefighters. Actor James Woods, I'm pretty sure James Woods' home is still standing and Mark Hamill's burned. I don't want anyone's home to burn, but it's just funny the way that those things kind of worked out. Not funny. It's not funny, haha. It's funny karma-wise how that worked out. James Woods, who shared several videos of home engulfed in flames, says, "I couldn't believe our little home in the hills is held on this long. Feels like losing a loved one." But anyways, let's check this out with this DI lesbian Marxist who incompetent. It seems like they want the place to burn. It really does, man.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future.
Busy schedule of what? Munch and Rug?
It includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I said, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that. She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks.
It's unbelievable. It's absolutely freaking unbelievable.
Another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
That just kind of opens the door of people that thought, wow, I didn't even know that was an opportunity for me.
Holy crap, bosses. Holy crap. That's where it's at right now, man. And we wonder why people are losing their homes and people are dying, and they don't care. It's all an act. It's all a big play. You gotta be gay if you want in. You gotta be gay. Let me bring this up. This dude, I have to bring this up. This will be the last thing that I will show on the fires. This show, it's not going to go too much longer tonight. I would like to keep this entire show mainly about this one subject, I guess, and rather than going into too many other subjects. But I will have fun with some other videos after I get off this subject. While if anyone wants to come hang out with me, or like if anyone wants to come by the show, yeah, actually I'll just put the StreamYard invite if anyone wants to come by live with me. If not, I'll just wrap it up and we'll go backstage. But I have to show this one here. I need to find a short clip of it. So, you guys might have watched The Man Show back in the day, and there was Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla. One went woke, one went based. You know? And I'm trying to find this video where Adam Carolla was talking about how basically they didn't want him as a white man to fight fires. And I'm trying to find this video. It's like I found the videos, but they're like 48 minutes long. I'm not trying to show skip through all that. But maybe I won't be able to find it. Here. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's. I found it. Found it. It's still like an 11-minute video. It's Tim Pool. You guys know I don't like Tim Pool. Don't. But it's the first thing I find on it.
In California, Poly Market has a prediction. Will the fires be put out by tomorrow?
I don't like Tim Pool one bit at all. In fact, I don't even like showing his video on my show. In fact, I kind of despise Tim Pool a little bit. I think he's a snarky little bitch. But and take your fucking beanie off, you snarky little bitch. But I wanted to show this article.
2%. Yeah, no. They're saying no. About having a diverse group and different worldviews.
I can't stand him. I can't. I'll skim through this, and I can't stand his voice. I can't stand Tim Pool. I literally can't stand him. Let's see if we can just show the video here. There we go.
I was 19. I was living in the garage of my family home. My mom was on welfare and food stamps. And I said, can I get a job as a fireman? And they said, no, because you're not Black, Hispanic, or a woman. We'll see in about 7 years. And I went to a construction site and dug ditches and picked up garbage for the next 7 years. I got a letter in the mail sent to my father's house saying, your time has come to do the written exam for the LA Fire Department. I took it. And I was standing in line, and I had a young woman of color standing behind me in line. And I said, just out of curiosity, when did you sign up to become a fireman? Because I did it, or a person, 7 years ago. And she said, Wednesday. That is an example of my white privilege.
There you go, buddy. That's your.
Yeah. So that kind of puts the old stamp on that. Tim Pool, go fuck yourself, bro. I don't ever want to be on your show. Not that I would ever be famous enough to be on your show, but if I ever were, wouldn't wanna. I can't stand that guy. I cannot stand Tim Pool. And I don't know why people still listen to that guy. Like, I no clue why anyone still, I mean, he pulls up good information, and then he's like the worst example of a conspiracy theorist that you could imagine. In my opinion, he's so, I feel like he's very owned at this point, and I just don't trust that guy at all. Fence sitter, I don't trust Tim Pool. I can't stand the guy. I can't stand his voice. Can't stand his face. I just want pa. But hey, no violence here at Hoffcast. I'm just saying he's just a very annoying little gnome, But anyways. Sorry to talk crap about Tim Pool. He's way above me. I'm punching up here. It's not. I got 1,000 subscribers. He's got 15 billion. So it's not like I'm like punching down or anything at the guy. Guy's got more than I'll ever have in my life. But anyways, I don't hate him because of that. I don't even hate him. I can't stand him. That's the difference. There's a lot of people I don't hate. In fact, I don't hate a lot of people. I'm trying to take the word hate out of my vocabulary. There's a lot of people I can't stand. Just can't. Can't stand you. But anyways, let me see here. What else we got going on tonight, bosses? Like I said, I'm gonna wrap this up before too long. But I might show another couple of funny videos or something. If I'm gonna do actually like a quick break, like a 2-minute break, and I'm going to put the invite for anyone watching right now, which I'm pretty sure I know who's watching right now. But if you want to come on the show, there's the invite. I have to know you to come on. I'm pretty sure everyone watching right now that I know them, but that's fine. It's whatever. Not that you're not invited. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure no one else watching right now is not a fan of the show. So yeah, let me see what else I can bring up here real quick. Take a quick break. If you want to come by, chat with me for a minute about some things, get some second opinions around here about what's going on in the world, then that's fine. If not, we'll just wrap it up with some fun videos if no one wants to come by. That's just the way it goes. Been doing this a long time. I know how she goes. Let's see if we can find something yeah, this is just a fun, stupid video while I take a quick break, and I'll be right back. This guy, I can't play the music for this because it's Thunderstruck by AC/DC. Thunderstruck. Instagram influencer. I don't like the word influencer. Drinks 360 cans of soda in a single weekend. Says he's an addict. Well, that's the first step, is admitting the issue. So yeah, I'll be right back, bosses. I'll play this. I'll be back, and I'll wrap up the show if no one's around. If people are around, I'll stick around for a little bit, have a chat. Cheers. All right, we're back. And Tony, would you like to come by, bud? I see Tony backstage. Jim, if you're watching, I was going to text you, but if you're watching right now, just there's the invite, come on by, brother. Because the last part of the show is going to be a little bit of chat here. What's up, Tony?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing tonight, brother? My brother.
Thunderstruck. I've heard rumors of this song, but according to everyone on YouTube, they've never heard of it before.
Thunderstruck?
Thunderstruck. Apparently, it's just this weird song that no one's ever heard of.
What? I'm
having a go at those music channels that go, my first time listening to this song.
No, that's a good joke. I just didn't get what you're saying. See, I hate that crap, dude.
I BS on that.
I freaking hate that stuff, dude. You know how I feel about reaction channels, man. Yeah. I don't like react, and technically I'm a reaction, but I never say like not a reaction channel. I react to situations, but that's what making videos is. I'm not like, hey, here's a song, let me pretend like I've never heard it before. Hey, I've never heard Rush. First time Hoff has ever heard Limelight by Rush. That's my first reaction video.
This is Tom Sawyer. I've never heard of it before.
What is that? Jim, what's up, brother? Jim. How you doing?
Good day, mate.
How's it going, Jim?
Oh, it's a wonderful Sunday.
It's Monday now here.
Yeah, it's Monday here.
Yeah, I guess after midnight it is now Monday.
After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. A little bit of, what is that, Eric Clapton?
I've heard of Eric
Clapton.
Yeah,
he did one.
I've never heard, I should do a reaction on that song.
Never heard of Cream? What is it?
You guys must have been talking about music reactions while I was fighting the electronics to get in the back door.
Ah.
Well, thank you, fellas, for being here.
Yeah, no, thanks for the invite.
Yep. Appreciate it.
I wanted to just like keep the show just basically at that tonight instead of going on about a bunch of other stuff. Like we can talk about whatever now, but the main part of the show, I just kind of wanted to keep it just like.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it's
I did 2 hours
long,
on fires, so I think I should just leave it at that.
Do you remember? Just saying, I'm going to just dip into pop culture for 1 second, but it is relevant. Do you remember the show The Critic?
Mm-hmm.
From the same people who did
John
The
Lovitz.
Simpsons. John Lovitz, yes. And instead of having Bart Simpson writing on the blackboard, it'd have like a news article thing on the radio while he's lying in bed. And I remember one of them was they're changing the name, the state of California to state of emergency.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And it's like, that's back in 1996, I think. But yeah, there's always like mudslides and fires and stuff like that. But you'd think, you'd think the government would learn their lesson by not, I don't know, cutting money to the fire brigade and all that. But no.
What if the government is owned and infiltrated by Marxist commies, though? That's my point, Tony. I think that was my point about the whole episode tonight, is the fact that it's incompetent is not because it's only incompetent, but also is because they don't give a crap because they're commies. And they're trying to take down America. They're trying to destroy America. I beat around the bush for 2 hours, but that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's valid. It's a valid point.
I beat around the bush for 2 hours. That's what I'm saying, is that something about this seems sinister, in my opinion.
Oh, look, I think all countries should hire more fire brigade that don't want to save people. That just want to let them burn and go, oh, that's your fault for being in a fire.
You can only save somebody if they look like you, Tony.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So, like, say you were vacationing here in America, not only just look like, but say you were vacationing here and you were in a fire, and say I was a DEI firefighter.
DEI firefighter.
DEI firefighter. And I saw you, Tony, and you said, say you were screaming out a window, say, could you please help me, firefighters? Please say that.
Can you please help me, firefighters?
No, say it in your voice.
Can you please help me, firefighters?
You have an accent. You don't sound American. I'm not helping you.
Fair enough.
Burn. See, that's what I'm saying about the whole thing.
I respect your convictions.
Oh God, Tony, that is just too good. That is just too good.
There you have it.
See, dude, that's the ultimate woke move, is to let yourself burn if you have white privilege.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate white
and then they'll be like, and how dare that white guy allowed himself to get burned like that? What a monster.
You know what? I'm all about setting yourself on fire for Palestine.
Yeah, let them do it. Let them do it.
Tony knows what I'm talking about.
With the help of napalm.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I say if you are all about freeing Palestine, then the best thing you can do to make your cause known is to set yourself on fire. Wish a guy did once, and I lost a friend over that, and that's fine, but it's okay.
Oops.
Not him. He wasn't my friend, the guy who burned himself. I'm talking about like
someone
Tony
else.
knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Paulie, yeah.
I haven't seen too many videos of the actual fires out there, but has anybody noticed whether or not the homes surviving the fires, do they have blue roofs?
That's a good question. The thing is, this wasn't the same as Lahaina or Maui. It was it was ground fire for sure, rather than
it wasn't like an orbital bombardment.
Thank you, Tony. You said it, not me.
Allegedly.
NASA's been saying some weird shit lately.
Thank you, Jim. Allegedly. Thank
Allegedly.
you. You both are killing it right now.
NASA's been comparing one celebrity with another celebrity, and it's just weird.
And semi-related to the fire situation, Friday or Saturday, the government funding for the people displaced in our mountains ran out. So they're trying to get funding for the people who are homeless in our mountains after the floods, and we had a pretty big snow Friday night. So it's there's people in our mountains that are living in sheds that have been converted into like a single room home.
Dang.
If you can call a single room a home, you know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people in New York pay like $3,000 a month for that.
Yep. And so these
coffee house in Manhattan. Think about that.
Dude, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it.
Maybe you can all sit around some coffee house in Lower Manhattan and celebrate how f***ing smart you all are.
Oh, God, I love that.
I love
song.
James Carville. I love him.
Snakehead.
James Carville is like, he should be Republican, but he's not. And he's so pissed off with the Democrats, and he just can't figure it out. He still just can't figure it out yet. For some reason, he's like, I'm still going to run with the Democrats. I think he hates his Republican wife so much that he just pretends to be a Democrat to spite her.
He's probably under his breath saying, doggone it, she's right again.
Hey, well, what he's really saying is,
Let me tell you.
So I beat the shit out of her.
Huge. She said, "Go ahead and slap me. Go ahead and slap me."
He's so good. So there's a lot of people still stuck up on the mountains down in the Carolinas, aren't
there? Yeah, it's still pretty sad shape in the mountains there. Having trouble getting supply.
One side everyone's freezing, the other side everyone's burning. That's fucking messed up.
It's insane. That's why I want to thank Tony Nasser while he's here for the thumbnail for the video. It was a very appropriate thumbnail because it just made everything look good, and like the water and under the sea, like I'm not burning or freezing in that picture, but in all reality, the rest of the world is.
And that's why all the Ryan Johnson references subverting expectations.
I'm glad you appreciated that.
I did. It's just yeah.
I thank the devil when the side twirls you.
It's here. We got it now.
That one is the best.
That is. That's the best.
All right, up, church, you maniac.
I still love that, dude. I that's a mantra for my life. I wear a size 9. It's not a 12, but still.
I thank the devil when the side twirls you.
Or a US 13, 12 European. So I could kick the devil with a size 12 shoe. And I would.
I can still put on a size 12 shoe.
I'd kick the hell out of that devil. Tell him to keep on stepping.
Size 9 is not just the size of my shoe, by the way. Ladies.
Ladies for Hoff.
I went into the gas station tonight down the street, the Thorntons, to get some drinks for tonight. And I walk in and you know what song's playing? Is She's a Lady. Oh, yeah. She's a lady.
Tom Jones. Yep.
Love Tom Jones.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a lady. I haven't heard that song in years.
Crazy Welshman.
What about once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Lionel Richie.
I remember in years before Total Recall came out, way before Total Recall came out, there was an Australian sketch comedy group, and they made a joke of that song with a woman turning to us from side on, and she had 3 tits. I was like, yeah. As a young lad, I thought, wow, that's cool.
3's better than 2.
3.
I believe they call that menage a trois.
Yeah.
I was talking about parts, female body parts.
Well, getting real creepy. Just gonna leave it at that?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Total Recall the movie. Total Recall the movie says it all.
The 3-titted woman?
I think the one in Total Recall had 3 pairs.
She had 3
No,
titties, right?
She just had 3. She wasn't a cat.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
God,
The prostitute in Total Recall had 3 boobs.
Okay.
She just had 3.
Yeah. 3's better than 2.
What does it say? Here on Reddit, it's a piece of shit.
Mature content.
Oh, that's not right. We can't share that.
No, you can't show that.
Well, hopefully no one saw that. But
Saw what? It didn't happen. Nobody
Nothing
saw
happened.
it. It didn't happen.
see, that's why
Yeah.
you don't go on Reddit. Reddit's
Yeah.
full of fucking degenerates.
Degenerates.
Oh, if you only knew the people who
The
tried to
reason I
get me
clicked
to
on that
go to
picture is because I
Reddit.
thought that was going to be the picture from Total Recall. I didn't know it was going to be an AI edited or possibly real photo of an added.
Full of deviants. Deviants.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Absolutely. So you had more ice cream lately, Jim?
I haven't been over there in over a week because of the snow. It's have to go up and down some pretty steep hills to get there, and it wouldn't be safe.
Was that your first on camera sort of video, or have you done a few before?
I've done a couple of lives where I was on the screen, and about a year, coming up on about a year ago, I went on somebody's channel and I got on camera for a while, but I knew I was getting my 360 camera, and there's no way to avoid being on camera when you're doing a 360.
I
So
would
I
put my
just
butthole right over the top of it.
So I just decided to,
See how that
go
looks.
on camera a few times. I don't need to be on camera all the time.
So for those who want to see what Jim looks like, look for the cherry ice cream video.
Yeah, if you go to my channel and go to the live tab, you'll see a couple of me. I was surprised. I was on my way to one of the waterfalls and I was checking the time, and I had a signal, and I did a 1 minute live from there because it was very unusual to have a signal up there.
That was a good video.
Which one was it called?
If you go to my live tab, well, the one that he's talking about is
I got you.
the black
brother.
cherry ice cream.
Black cherry ice cream. It
Yeah.
sounded delicious. Sounded really delicious.
It is. They is homemade, and they
This morning,
There you go.
but we're here on the mountain. You take a look. kind of on our way down to the waterfall, making
Jim,
a 360.
No offense, you look exactly how I think you would look. Exactly. And that's a compliment. Like exactly.
Video.
If you thought I'd look like Billy Joel, you're right.
You had to be a big shot. Did you?
South. As I said, this is the first time I've had a signal. So thank you guys for checking in.
As long as you don't drive like Billy Joel.
True.
No. No.
Can you find that clip, Tony?
Hang on. I'll have to look it up again.
Dude, you found it the other day somehow.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
You look like Billy Joel if he was like not Hollywood Billy Joel.
Wow, it's still in my search engine.
Billy Joel's a great artist, though, by the way.
He is awesome. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I got a few of his albums.
I've got all of his albums except for River of Dreams. I did not like that album.
Sling us a web, you're the Spider-Man. Sling us a web tonight.
All right, let's see.
This shirt I'm wearing is kind of Spider-Man-ish. I like it.
Shit.
Jim, do you like my shirt? Do you know what this is? It's a NASCAR shirt, Jeff Gordon.
Oh.
Present.
What are you, Dale Earnhardt guy?
Probably Richard Petty.
Everybody loves Petty, dude. Petty was in a day where he was the king. He didn't have it wasn't like the realm of like he had the professional wrestling against him. Everyone just knew Richard Petty was the best, you know?
He was running for office here in North Carolina at one time, and he was doing really good in the polls. It looked like he was going to win, and he was going down interstate I-85, and some car was holding him up, so he just tapped him with his bumper to get him out of his way. And it made the news, and needless to say, he lost that race.
He was still in race mode.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was. He said, "I'm so used to doing it on the track. I mean, they were going too slow."
When I was young, I read an autobiography of Richard Petty because I was really into NASCAR when I was young. I'm starting to get really back into it again now. Not modern NASCAR, but I'm starting to get back into like classic NASCAR, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but anyways, because I love to watch the old races. They're so much fun to watch. But Richard Petty, like, he was in some crashes that like there were deaths, and then like he dealt with an ulcer for years. Like, there's all kinds of shit that Richard Petty went through. He's still alive.
Yeah,
motherfucker's still alive.
If you travel south on Highway 220 toward the North Carolina Zoo, and this would be between Greensboro and Asheboro. It's the Richard Petty freeway.
Damn.
And you'll drive right by where he lives.
And no rules apply on that freeway.
Dude, I want to see if I can play a NASCAR game live on here tonight before the end of the show. I want to see if I can figure out how to stream my window of me playing NASCAR on this stream. I want to see if that's possible. I don't think it is, but I want to see if it is before the end of the show. Tony, play the clip.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Hang on.
Nominee is Spider-Man 2. All right. Last summer's blockbuster is up for 3 Oscars. I liked the movie. I really did. It was a huge hit. People really enjoyed it. But as I've said before, I did have one big problem. In an effort to be hip, the producers spiced up the script by referencing a shocking celebrity scandal ripped right from the tabloids a couple of months ago. And it completely ruined the scene where Peter Parker and Mary Jane were sharing an intimate moment in a diner. Take a look.
Kiss me.
Kiss you.
I need to know something.
Billy Joel.
It was John Glazer. Did I say that the other night, Tony?
Yeah, John
I
Glazer, yeah.
forgot. I still forgot that was John Glazer
Yeah.
who did that.
Right,
It was
ladies and
he was the guy who
gentlemen, when we come
goes,
back,
play it
John
again.
Travolta will be joining.
Play it again. I want to see it. I'm so glad this is being memorialized on Hoffcast.
Next nominee is Spider-Man 2. All right.
Just
Last
fast
summer's
forward
blockbuster is up
to
for
the
3
clip.
Oscars. I liked the movie. I really producers seeing a shocking celebrity during an intimate moment.
Right here. Yeah.
Kiss you. I need to know something.
John Glazer is the guy.
Look out! Here comes Billy Joel.
That's so old, and I told Tony about that, and he looked it up, and I hadn't seen it in years. I didn't even know it's still like it's so hard to find. It's in Russian.
Yeah.
That was back when she looked good. She doesn't look that good anymore.
Big Bus has lived in Hickory, North Carolina for a few years. It was the birthplace of NASCAR and now known for meth. Well,
Let's should merge it and call it Meth Car.
Big Buds, you want to come live? Are you able to do that? The StreamYard link is there. If you're more than welcome to come by if you're able to. If not, no pressure. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come by the live stream tonight. Big Buds, love you, brother. He sent me so much information about the drone stuff going on in New Jersey. Actual info, like videos that he took about it. You know, I showed them on the show. It's amazing. Like that when you get it from someone that you know and not from like a media source, it's a whole different thing. Like you know it's real at that point. You know it's real. And I want to thank Big Buds for doing that. Cheers, brother. Big Buds is what a boss.
Absolutely. He's awesome.
I love Big Buds. And hey, say hi to your wife for me as well. I didn't mean that in a weird way. I just mean like your wife seems like a nice lady. And, Tony, shut up.
You didn't mean it in a Mark Wahlberg sort of way.
No.
Allegedly.
No, I just mean like say hi. It seems like a nice lady.
Yeah.
And
say hi to your mother for
if
me.
with Big Buds, you got to be a nice lady for sure. So. Lady.
I'm not saying anything bad about Mark Wahlberg. I'm just.
You can say whatever you want about him. I don't care. Mark Wahlberg, he owns half of Columbus.
I don't want him to come over here and beat me up. There's a Wahlburgers down the Gold Coast.
Yeah, there's one at the casino down the street. He's got a dude. I swear, if I leave my apartment, I make a left turn and another left turn, and then one more left turn. I'm at Mark Wahlberg's car dealership. I swear, I'll prove it. I'll prove it.
And you'll end up home.
I promise. This is right down the street from me. I'll present this right now.
See, around here, we would have Terry Labonte, auto dealership, Rusty Wallace, different NASCAR drivers have dealerships around here.
This is right down the street from me. Right down the street from me is Mark Wahlberg's Chevy.
He should be just out the front with some cinder blocks on a bar, just doing curls, going, come on, feel the vibration.
I can walk to Mark Wahlberg's car shop in 10 minutes from where I live right now.
Why on earth would you want to do that?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, they had a Wahlburgers truck one day there, and the line was so long, you couldn't get to it. And that was before they installed the restaurant into the casino. They wanted to see, like, hey, will people come out and buy Wahlburgers in Columbus? Turns out they did. So they put a restaurant in the Hollywood Casino right there. A Hollywood Casino in Columbus, Ohio. Go figure. You tell me.
Duh.
Makes no sense.
That casino is literally right down the street from me. Like literally, like I could walk to that casino, and a lot of homeless people do. They get free drinks, free fountain drinks. There's homeless people all around it because you walk in there, you get a free fountain drink. So it just attracts homeless people like fucking flies. You put the sugar out, the flies will come.
Wow.
Yeah.
Free fountain drinks at good casino.
I mean, I'm all about it. I'm not even homeless. I might go down there and get me some. I like to do the suicide. You know, when you have the option of all the different drinks and you have a cup and you can just like,
one of
spray
each
a little bit
flavor.
in each, of each into your cup, and you got this mishmash that is it's so much sugar it can kill an elephant. I'm still standing.
Instant diabetes.
Instant. I'm still standing.
Just like Elton John.
I'm still standing. I didn't know if that was Elton John or Billy Joel, but
It's Elton John.
it could be a Billy
So
Joel
much sugar.
song. It could.
All the sugar.
Yeah, they both just played piano. That's about as much in common as they have.
Joel played guitar as well. It was good. I like Billy Joel. Now he makes yachts and motorcycles.
You had to be
Yeah.
a big shot. Did you?
Have you seen his shop in New York?
No.
He's what he does is he takes modern motorcycles and makes them look like older bikes, and then resell them.
Just hitting them with a sledgehammer.
No, he retrofits them with certain things, and I'd like to visit the shop one day. I mean, I've been riding motorcycles for over, I've been riding motorcycles almost 60 years.
Dang. That's pretty good for that amount of time. If you've got all your limbs and all your
I
internal
was about to
organs.
say, Tony, thank you for saving me on that one. I didn't know how to say it, but yeah.
Oh,
I was like, damn, 60 years of riding.
Scary, dangerous. Yeah.
All your
Yeah.
limbs.
I've had some pretty good accidents. When I was about 17, I had a enduro bike, street trail, and I was playing Evel Knievel trying to go through the gears on the back tire, and I knew that it was a little bit weak going into fifth gear, so I gave it a little too much gas, and going down paved road, about 50 miles an hour, and I popped the clutch, and the bike's coming over at me, and I see the support bar. Back then, they had the support bar on the handlebars, and I could see it coming right for my throat. So I just shoved the motorcycle ahead of me and landed on my hands and on my knees and hands, and bounced on the pavement a little ways.
So you're
But
still alive.
I was moving fast enough that it burned the skin off because of the friction. So I never bled. I had holes in the palms of my hand, and I had
The
2
friction
holes
was
in each
so
knee.
intense. It was like a burn.
Yeah.
Like you give it. No, it's not even the same, but still like an Indian burn. Like you take someone's arm and you rub it real hard.
Except on steroids, yeah. And it was not a pretty sight. The bike was pretty well messed up. I had fun walking for a while, and to this day, if I don't know how to put it other than if I have the right amount of suntan and get my knees wet, you can still see the scars, and that was almost. That was almost 50 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah, I'll
That's
be
a hard
68
memory.
this year.
That's why I like having protection all around me when I drive.
Yeah.
That's why old people buy the biggest cars. Like you see, like the smallest old lady and the biggest Buick LeSabre. You know, it's because of that same reason, Tony.
Hoping it fills up with foam like in Demolition Man.
I was watching Demolition Man talking dirty to a fan who likes my band. That's a song
But
by Say Anything.
Pop, you're very correct about the still have all fingers and toes and such, because not many people I know they have some kind of problem or another if they ride, because it's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
When,
Because
yeah.
you're going to be in an accident. That's all there
I
is to it.
remember,
Jim, I said this. I had a buddy back when I was in a cover band, and he was a very cocky fella, right? He was the lead singer. He was the man. I was just like, I would do whatever. I'd play bass or guitar, whatever I was needed to do. He was very cocky, and I was riding in the car with him as we were going to bars to set up shows for our band, and ask bars just randomly, just driving around to bars in town, and saying, "Hey, can we play for you sometime? Do you need entertainment?" And as we were driving to one of these places one day, we were driving in this old Ford Escort, like not a hatchback. It was like old shitty. And he didn't wear a seat, but he didn't have a seatbelt on. And I said, "Bro, why don't you put your seatbelt on?" He goes, "I'm a good enough driver." I said, "You might be, but is everybody else on the road a good enough driver?" And he put his fucking seatbelt on.
Yeah.
I swear. He'd never thought about that before. He had never thought about that. The fact that, I'm a good driver. But
I'm
there's
comfortable with
crackheads
my
out
skill
here.
set, but
What about
is an
everyone
idiot.
else
No.
on the road? You might
Yeah,
be
they're-
really good at driving, but what about everyone else? They're shitty, you
They're
know?
crazy.
And he put
Yeah.
his fucking seatbelt on. It was amazing. It was an amazing win for Hoff that day, because I got someone to realize they were doing the wrong fucking thing.
Yep. Everybody asks me, why do you always have your headlights on? Can't you see? It's not for me to see. It's for other people to see me.
Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman meant to me? It's a good one. Gonna fight a mountain. Gonna climb a mountain. I'm a mountain. Isn't that the same song, right? We're talking about mountains and snows.
I have no idea.
Gonna climb a mountain. They used to use it for the Chorus Light ads. The highest mountain.
I'll do a reaction video to it.
I'd play it, but I can't because it's copywritten. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman she been on to me? It's a good song. It's a great song. You don't know that song, Jim? You gotta know that song, bro.
I know that song. Absolutely. Marshall Tucker Band.
Of course you do. Who is it?
I think it's Marshall Tucker, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Marshall Tucker. I think you're right. Yes, I think you're right about that. Thank you. I think, yeah, you're definitely right about that. Marshall Tucker Band. Can't you see? What a good
Yeah,
song.
I'm not a huge fan of them, but I know quite a few of their songs. A couple of their songs are really good, but I never got into them that much. I was more like Eagles, Journey, Bob Seger.
Jim,
Really,
it's been
Bob
a long
Seger.
night, and I hate the fucking Eagles.
Get out of my cab.
I liked them until they did Hotel California.
I'm kidding. It was a Big Lebowski quote is what I was doing.
Don't like
I do like some Credence.
That song got played
CTR.
so much.
I like Eagles. I don't like all their music. I played Hotel California in a cover band so many times, I could easily never hear the song again.
Oh, I never want to hear that
I
song again.
totally agree. I totally agree.
Dude, I learned it not only, dude, so as I was just saying a minute ago, when I was in the band, I would jump between bass and guitar. So I learned the song on both bass and guitar, and it just got so old playing it. And I didn't even like to play it. but the singer would love to do it. And like, I didn't like to do it, man. I didn't. It was too long.
When that song first came out, I did not like it at all. I would turn the radio off. But over the years, I've heard it so many times, I've kind of grown accustomed to it. I would not intentionally play it myself, but if it comes on the radio, I can tolerate it now.
They can stab it with their steely knives, but they still can't kill the beast. I like that line. I like that line.
Yeah.
I think that line
The
is
next-
pretty deep.
The next album after Hotel California was The Long Run, and they redeemed themselves. I was really happy with The Long Run. Had some good music on it. And when I found out that Bob Seger helped write a couple of the songs, I liked it even more.
Love Bob Seger.
Absolutely.
Hey, check this out, fellas. Check this one out. How do I get this out of here? I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Okay, so there we go. Figured that out. So now check this out. Dude survives the LA Inferno, and by the looks of it, he's no liberal. Check this out.
Wow.
Oh, baby.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Head of the art. Bang, bang.
Sweet. Yeah, we gotta send them a thank you note, right?
Whatever that safe is,
I
they're gonna be
want
selling
one.
a shit ton of them.
Exactly.
I want whatever safe that is. I want that
There's
safe.
a lot of ammo in there too.
I
It's amazing,
want
it's amazing the ammo
guns
didn't
and
explode
guns
from the
and
heat.
it didn't go up. I want that safe. What
Yeah,
safe?
the fact the ammo didn't explode.
Tony, I agree with you. That's the first thing I thought. The ammo didn't go off.
Same. That's why I want it.
A little note for anybody who has a safe like that will be very helpful. Just take a couple of gallon jugs of water and just leave them on top of the safe, because if it gets hot enough to melt that plastic, the water will turn into steam and
Very good
you know,
idea.
put the fire out.
It's a very good idea.
It's a cheap good idea too.
I'm a cheap man.
I cost effective. We're cost effective.
I'm not frugal. A lot of people like to say frugal, Jim. I'm not frugal. I'm cheap.
I say
And I'll
cost
admit it.
effective.
I'll admit it.
I'm just trying not to
Because
spend money.
I'm just a poor little old mountain man.
Jim, no homeowners, but I love you, brother. And,
That sounds like lyrics from a song. I'm a poor little old mountain man.
poor little old mountain man, an old mountain man. I can write that right now. Where's my guitar? I'll fucking write it.
Somebody asked me who my girlfriend was, and I told them, I said, I've been walking up and down mountains for years, and I'm yet to find the right one.
Oh, it's that tune. So we start with an A for poor little old mountain man. We'll go to a C and a G.
Off, you did a fantastic job. The only thing you need to do is work in the URL for Buy Me a Coffee, and I'd appreciate it.
I don't know how to do that.
I'm kind of resistant to monetizing my channel because I just don't think commercials in the middle of nature is a good idea. But I did get me a buy me a coffee, whatever.
I agree that it's probably not a good idea to do.
Yeah, because it messes with the, especially the relaxation videos of the, water.
Here's some trees brought to you by Pfizer.
Exactly.
It'll be like some construction company or something advertising in the middle of it.
So YouTube will still put a commercial on. YouTube will still put a commercial on every now and then, but it's they got to make some money for storing the videos.
Do they though? Do they?
I just want to let it be known. I'm out here looking to be monetized. I will sell ads for anybody. No, let me try something real quick here. Let me type in fake ad read. Script.
You could probably get some ads for like some kind of local music company or something like that.
Dude, come on, look here. Let's see. See what's going on here. I want a script. I want to read a script. Here we go. Do we got a script around here? Something I read?
Jason Statham is ad reader. Here we go.
Oh, this is great. Oh my gosh, this is great. What did I just find? I want to read this ad. This is from Regina Strong. Vagina Strong. Casting calls just for fun. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to read an ad for Regina Strong. Casting calls just for fun. Extra, extra. Extra, extra, everybody. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Extras needed. Need a big booted Judy for a Sara Lee commercial. Bread. Because we want big butts to be known that if you have enough bread, you might get a big butt. So fake butts preferred, but can also work with real ones that look fake. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Come on. It's fine if you have a fake big butt. It's fine if you have a real big butt. Just come on. We need extras. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Let's get them assholes out of here. Let's get some big booty Judies. Butts pre-roll. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, an end slice of bread with protective nature and strong love
slip up
for
there.
family. Thick Midwestern accent. To be I never thought I'd see the day where people are patting their backside with our butts instead of filling their bellies. Mr. Lee attempts to comment. Can you believe this is real?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mr. Lee is General Lee. Southern accent. General Lee. An end slice of bread with protected nature. Thick Midwestern accent. Well, I'm Midwestern. Do I even need to make an accent? I did Southern. Oh, honey, it's just a new day and an age, don't you know? Butts are just viewed differently now. Sir Mix-a-Lot softly plays as an attractive woman walks past with a large, obviously fake backside. I like big butts and I cannot lie. It's playing in the background. Butts are for eating, not for climbing your way to celebrity. Look at what she's done. How many butts had to suffer for years to grow? What are we reading? What is happening? What did I stumble upon? What did I stumble upon? Hoo-hoo girl needed to hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo girl needed. After each line is read for minutes, I can do it. I'll give you your woo-hoo girl. Woo-hoo. And they got whey protein at the bottom. Holy fucking shit. Ah, sweetie, those are our butts. Our butts still get eaten. Sarah Lee. Bread's so good, you'll eat the butts.
That is weird.
So the whole advertisement was about Sarah Lee bread with fat ass women, and they're comparing the ends of the bread to the booty cheeks. And they're saying, you want to eat that ass, you want to eat the bread, you want to eat the ass, you want to eat the bread. It goes full circle. Bread and ass are synonymous. You want to eat them both.
Wow, I've never heard the term butts used for bread before.
I haven't either.
I use the term crust.
I've heard cake.
Buns, but not a loaf of bread.
I've never heard that before. I've heard cake. You get some cake, but
they just wanted to use some mix-a-lot.
I like big butts. I cannot lie. Anyways, fellas, I think this is a good time to wrap the show up. I will still hang out with you fellas backstage for a minute if you guys are still up.
Yeah,
sure.
But I think it's a good time to end this episode of Hoffcast. I think now we've hit the mark. After reading that, I think that's the time when it's like, hey, that's a good indication that the show is done.
Yep. And it came full circle back to Gavin Newsom because he's a butthead.
That's a good end.
So, fellas, anything you want to say? Any final words before we wrap this up and head out?
No. Prayers go out to everyone in California, and especially for the 24 people that have died thanks to the stupidity of government and corruption and all that crap. It's just messed up.
Yeah. People in California, people in North Carolina, both the disasters. I mean, pray for them, pray for the whole country because we really need it these days.
Absolutely, Jim.
Yeah.
I want to thank you fellas for being here with me tonight. Really appreciate you guys for spending your time and making the show a bit better, for sure. The show is always better when I have good people on, like my friends, like very good friends, Mr. Tony Nasser and Jim. And I don't think you guys realize how much I really care about y'all, no homeowners, but I really do appreciate that you guys took the time out of your day to come by and be on my show tonight. And love you guys. I do. No homeowners. You don't have to, I need the reciprocation, but I love you guys. I'm going to dip out of here. We're going to dip out. I'm not dipping out. We're dipping out of the show. But I want to thank everyone who watched Hoffcast tonight. I think there was a lot of good. It's a long form episode, but I think there was a lot of stuff in there that could benefit people if you just watch through it. And I was trying my best to just let the information ride and just be like, hey, this is how crazy the liberals are, basically, because if you see where this is happening, it's a coastal liberal city. And, what's going on is like that they've been pushed out there. So what are they going to burn down? They're going to burn it down. That's all they want to do. I want to make this very clear before I head out. Evil cannot create. They can only mimic or destroy. And that's why you're seeing so much destruction in the world right now, is because evil is evil. And you're seeing destruction or mimic. And you're seeing mimics of destruction. At the end of the day, this is all because evil has no creativity or heart or soul. And it's godless. Evil is godless. So what you're left with is what you're seeing right now. Even going back to earlier in the episode when I was talking about these people, you look in their eyes and it's just like Jaws. It's like a doll's eyes, cold, heartless, like there's nothing there. There's nothing there in these people. They're not real people. They're NPCs. So I guess the last thing I want to say, Hoff's final thought is, if you had an inclination about these people prior, well, now it's been justified because you see who they really are. And you're going to continue to see who these people really are. And it's not even a discussion at this point. It's blatant reality. And people do need to be held accountable for 24 deaths in California.
Very true.
Yeah.
They wouldn't take care of their own state because they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care. And the same libtards who said the Republicans don't care about you, they're rich people. This is coming from communist Marxists. So where do you want to live? Do you want to live in a liberal area where they'll burn you in a heartbeat? They could be coming for all of us. Who knows? Columbus could be next for all I fucking know. I mean, it's hard to burn Columbus. We're covered in snow right now. But all I'm saying is we're heading in the right direction, but the evil still exists. And as we push the evil out, they will go to the desperate measures that they need to in order to try to keep control at any cost. And you're going to see a lot of horrible things happen this year.
Yeah.
It's only January 12th, 13th now. Now that at the beginning of the show was the whole point of me saying like, it's all fine. We're only 13 days into this fucking year, and this is happening. Trump's taking office in a week. It's going to get rough. It's going to get very rough. If you think that these wildfires are the worst thing that's going to happen in 2025, I mean, I'd like to believe that too, but I know it's not true. And we're headed for a lot of shit coming up in the future. And those are my final thoughts there. We have to believe in God. We have to pray. We have to take care of each other. And do not think negative things about other people. Like, being a human being is all about helping humanity, not about hurting humanity or disliking humanity, no matter what you look like or whatever your race or gender or sexuality is. The whole point of the show is, the whole point of this episode was really to show how fucking stupid these liberals are when it comes to their tolerance. But yet, as a firefighter, they can only save people, and they only think that they want people to save them that look like them. And it's really, I don't know, man. It's a weird time we're living in. That's all I got, fellas. Anything
All I
else?
need to say is good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
I'd just like to, for anyone out there listening and that even in the future, you do matter, and we do care about you, even if your government doesn't, and even if your first responders don't. You do matter, and just remember that.
Tony, I will follow that up by saying that was a big thing that James Woods was saying, is about how grateful he was of his neighbor's compassion. And everyone in the community, if you live in a good community, they'll try to help each other out. And the fact is, you can live in a good community by just being a good person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm somewhat of a hermit myself, so I don't like to always like go and meet my neighbors and stuff like that. But like when stuff like this is going on, like I kind of want to know my neighbors now. And I've already told Tony this, but like my neighbor next door, he's been helping me out lately. I've had some packages delivered. He takes them in, leaves me a note on my door, says, "Hey, whenever you need your packages, just knock." And I think that's the kind of simple, easy stuff that if everyone did that sort of thing for each other, we could all trust each other a little bit more and live in a safer place. You know,
Agreed.
and I like that. I like that a lot. I'm all about that action. I'm about, I didn't used to be about it. I am now about being more involved in community stuff and not being so much of a hermit and an a-hole to everybody. But it is what it is. I'm not a communist Marxist motherfucker. I'm just a guy in my apartment who's trying to make sense of shit. You know, and
Red Dawn.
Trying to see the world get a little bit better. So I want to thank you, fellas. I want to thank everyone who watched Hoffcast tonight. Every Sunday, we will be doing Hoffcast. Come hell or high water. This is the new schedule now. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're still subscribed. Share it out if you like this episode. Obligatory shit here, but also want to thank one more time Tony and Jim for being here. I love you guys. Bosses, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hoff, Tony, and Jim signing off. Take care. Stay vigilant, bosses. We'll see you soon.